Welcome back to another episode of Hoop Historians, where we put basketball in proper perspective. I'm your host, Diddy Noseball, here with Chris. Our other co-hosts will be here later on. So I guess we could just pop it off with a word around town. What's been going on in the league? Any news? I know people been getting some big contracts.
Yeah, it's like the deadline for I think 2020 class. You get their
Yeah.
extensions on. Then Giannis just got his mega deal. So
What Giannis get?
3 years,
Th-
186.
3 years? 3 years? I think Giannis is becoming a diva now, bro. You don't think so?
I mean, he got a lot of power over there in Milwaukee now, so I can see it.
I think Jokic might be my favorite player in the league. It
Wow.
was Luca. I think I don't know, bro. I feel like Jokic, he a throwback. Him and Curry. They
Mhm.
don't they just leave shit alone. They let their GM do their GM thing. And
Yep.
then they really put the team first. I could be tripping. But Giannis has been seeming diva-ish. And he kicked his boy Drew Holiday to the curb. Brought in Dame. Did you see Dame in
Yeah.
against OKC?
Yeah. Hey, it's gonna take some time, man. It's gonna take some time.
That defense ain't gonna take no time, and they can't play it.
Hey,
I'm
the Middleton gonna step up. Giannis gonna have to take some load off on the
that boy,
offense and focus on defense a little more. Let Dame carry the scoring.
Chris. That boy Middleton ain't played not one preseason minute. We ain't
Man,
seen that nigga since last year.
hey, they pay him a lot of money too, so it's time for him to go to work.
Malik Beasley, bro, that backcourt it's just so small compared to what it was
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, I agree with that.
That boy come on, Josh Giddy finger rolling. Josh Giddy was finger rolling him, Chris. I'm damn.
Yeah,
If he
yeah,
doing that, what Tatum them go do? What? Oof. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But
I mean,
what else?
yeah, they did give lose some size. Like it's gonna be tough in the East, especially with the bigs. You got Jokic, you got Embiid out there still in the East. Tatum and them still big, so it's gonna take some. They're gonna have to play defense in order to win. They can't just outscore these guys. It's gonna have to come with.
Um, I'm looking at. mm, I don't know. I
Cavs
don't know.
big too.
Say, bro, Emoni Bates. That might be a real thing. Look, Chris.
It looked like a steal, man. I mean, I know Dallas was rumored to be looking at him, and they may have got him if they could in the second round. But I mean, Cleveland looking like it's making a smart decision on getting him. So
I think. I mean, this would scare me with Emoni Bates.
mhm.
Dude ain't athletic. Dude can't, bro. Have you seen him dunk?
Yeah, it's
How,
not.
how you a rim grazer at 6'9"?
I was gonna say he do some rim grazers, and he that tall. I don't know
Um,
about that. Yeah.
but the one thing about Cleveland, they just needed scoring.
Hmm.
But then you bring in Max Struess. I kind of like Max Struess and who else they get? George Niang.
George Niang. Yeah. I mean,
Them some-
that ain't bad too. I mean,
Especially they on the bigger side, so you
yeah.
can kind of play them next to Garland and Mitchell when y'all do
Hmm.
be mixing and matching. I like it.
Yeah.
I like what Cleveland doing, bro.
Nah,
People,
Cleveland doing some things.
you seen on the IG they was talking about the Thompson twins.
Yeah.
I had to leave them out, bro. I like the Thompson twins. I really do, bro. I like the
Yeah.
Thompson twins.
Yeah.
Offensively, woof.
It's gonna take some time for them, but I like the potential. They're both really athletic. Asor looks like he's about ready to be a defensive threat, defensive promise out there on the wing. And I think he's gonna be solid too for the Rockets. He's not gonna have the ball as much though. So I mean, what are they gonna ask him to do offensively?
I- So how do you feel about that? The
And
Rockets getting Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks and they're starting him. I don't really
like honestly, I'm not sure what the Rockets' plan is. I don't know what the purpose of was uh, bringing in Van Vliet, who, in my opinion, is a little overpaid. Like, he's not that great of a shooter. He's short. He's like an okay defender. He's not like, all defense or not. He's okay. And then you got Dylan Brooks, who is a nice defender, who's bigger body, but like, you finna ask him to start being a shot creator, offensive go-to guy. Like, that's what you want. I mean, so you bring two guys that probably gonna want like Dylan Brooks is gonna want a bigger role. He's gonna want the ball in his hands more. That's why he left Memphis. So that's you bringing that over. You got Jalen Green too, though. Like, on top of that, drafting another guard. I don't know what's going on over there. Like, he needs the ball in his hands too. Like, Jalen Green needs the ball. There's a lot of guys that need the ball in their hands, and there's only one ball.
You know who don't need the ball in his hands? And I think he the only person that can play defense on Wembanyama right now. Well, one of the few people. Jabari
Smith?
Go look. Boy, he's coming, bro. He's coming. Like he'll never be like when we looked at that draft, Paolo, he clearly could be a number one. You look at Chet, he clearly can be a defensive anchor, and he could be like a unicorn. Jabari Smith is like a 3-and-D plus he's a switchable 3-and-D. And then it's like he might have a little more. He's been showing a little bit more on offense. Yeah. He's been showing a little more on offense, bro.
I mean, I remember him going off in the summer league. So I mean, it's about time.
And what is he about? 6'10", 6'11"?
Yes, around 16, 11, yeah.
I think this my thing with Victor Wembanyama, Chris. I think he can be guarded, bro, but he can only be guarded by a certain archetype, if that makes sense. The guy, like, a chick could guard him as good as he can be guarded. You ain't stopping nobody in the league if they going off. But that archetype, the Jabari Smiths, the Wendell Carters, the guys
Evan
that can
Mobley.
The Evan Mobley, Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama is not gonna be invincible, bro.
No,
I'm just saying. And what he did to the Warriors was a little bit overrated. That's a small ass team. It wasn't overrated, but that's a small.
No, Warriors are smart. I see a lot of Warriors hype. I know you did your video on this too, but I see a lot of people ranking the Warriors 4 seed, 5 seed, all this stuff. Like, they got the Warriors high for some reason. People high on the Warriors when how much improvement did they really make over this offseason?
They got worse.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. So you're relying on Kuminga to probably step up and fill a bigger role. You think Chris Paul gonna fill the same scoring output, things like that, as Jordan Poole, and he gonna stay healthy?
I think Chris Paul will be about 40 games in.
Like, I don't know what the plan is for the Warriors. You got Clay, you got Draymond's already hurt, so you got them. Clay's wanting a new contract. Like, I don't know what the direction for the Warriors is looking like.
Ray Bezo, what's up? I don't trust them. I don't trust the Warriors. I trust Steph. That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wiggins and Clay jumpers are broke, bro. They jumpers are broke, man. When we go keep it real about them two dudes jumpers, man. Them your second.
I told you the first year Clay came back and you was like, oh, it's just the first year, that was expected. Next year was the same thing, and you was like, well, hey man, we got to see a full season of him now, and yeah, it ain't looking right. And now we're going into the second full season, and in preseason it ain't even looking good. So
I don't trust him, bro.
People talk about, man,
RC.
They want to see what the offseason gonna look like. I'm like, man, Klay Thompson value to went all the way down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, he really trying to get another max contract, and he's not been playing up to that. I don't know why he thinks he has the demand that he or the leverage he thinks he does.
I would have got rid of them both. Draymond Green and Clay. Appreciate everything you done for me. Appreciate it. I really do. But Draymond Green with the Jordan Poole shit. Klay Thompson with the bricks. You have to go. And then we didn't draft that well. Kuminga looked like he might finally start becoming something, but he gonna need some minutes. Moody actually looked like he gonna be able to play. So, but man, in terms of the Wiseman pick, and I think the Brandon Podziemski pick over Cam Whitmore.
Oh my gosh!
I can't let it go. I can't let it go. You gotta swing on talent, man. Y'all ready to get
Podziemski gonna be replacing Clay. He gonna be the shooter that replaced Clay.
Boy, stop it. Who is he go guard? And can he ever play with Steph? He oh goodness. So so I guess we'll get into the playoffs. Our predictions. So I'm gonna go over. We're gonna start with the East in the Atlantic Division. So right now, Philadelphia, last year they won 54 games. This year they're projected to win 27 and a half. I mean 47 and a half. How we feeling about Philadelphia this year?
I got them right there in that somewhere in that ballpark. I got them as a play-in team this year.
I was gonna get to that too.
They
got them as a play-in team.
I don't know. I still think the Sixers are going to be pretty good. I mean, East bottom wise is not great. So they'll feast on the bottom tier teams, and then I still think they have the size, they added some talent, they added some scoring in Kelly Oubre. Like and then with Nick Nurse, I think they're gonna play a little bit harder defense. I think their starters are gonna play more. I think Embiid is gonna show up more a little bit. With Nick Nurse isn't gonna allow him to just lollygag, sit out every now and then. I think he's gonna be actually out there 35 minutes plus a game. So,
but how y'all feel about them with the Harden situation? They should just got rid of them.
I'm gonna say the only problem is this Harden situation. I don't know what's gonna come out of that.
That's why I don't trust. I already don't trust Embiid, and then you got all this other extra drama that's going on that's going to tamper with the rest of the dynamics of the team. No, I don't have no faith in them whatsoever.
But the only thing about that is though, you got Embiid, you got Maxey, you got Tobias Harris. Like, I get it. Nobody likes Tobias Harris. But
I don't like nobody in his name.
But Embiid is a top 10 player. Like, that's like no debate. Scoring
titles. He's
MVP. That can win. That's gonna get you 45. A top 10 player can get you 45 games. Look what Shea did with two start. I know I always bring up Shea, but look what just a top 10 player can do. They can drag you to the playoffs. They can drag you to the play-in. We seen that. So I think Embiid in his current form right now, in the regular season too, because we're not talking about playoffs, Embiid can drag you to 45 wins, damn near by himself. And then you add in a Maxey. Then you add in a Tobias.
So we've seen so we're gonna sit here and act like we've seen Embiid do that single-handedly.
That's true.
I mean, he's always gonna need somebody else. He's always going to need somebody else to come along with him, but
Philadelphia headed in the wrong direction with no breaks in the car.
Like, I don't know. It just depends on what they're going to be able to turn. If they're getting rid of Harden, what they're going to be able to turn that into. They're going to turn that into what? DeMar DeRozan, maybe he leave, or Zach LaVine after they trade for a couple of picks. Is Tobias Harris going to just step up and be a great third option if they just get rid of him? With Maxey turning into a nice second option to Embiid, like it's a lot. Y'all right. It's a lot of like unknown variables going on with Philadelphia over there.
I mean, so give me y'all best case scenario, worst case scenario, and then we probably can move. Then we'll move on to Toronto.
Yeah, I say best case scenario. Their ultimate best case scenario is Harden quit all this drama. Show up and play for them, and they continue on what they did last year and get better. That's their best case scenario. The worst case scenario is this Harden drama messes up everything, and injuries, all that stuff, and they can't figure it out.
Ray got them in the play-in. Is that a little bit much?
I mean, the middle of the East has gotten a little bit better, but I still think that bottom of the East ain't that great, and I think they'll be able to capitalize on that. I think they'll be worst case 6 seed.
Right. Rebuttal. Because you did have them in the play, and that's crazy compared to, just general consensus. I know you don't care about general consensus, but I just don't see them finishing in the play-in. Why you got them in the play-in? You did say you don't trust them, but
the only reason why, because we done seen what Harden did with teams what he says he's quitted on. He's literally sucked the life out of teams when he said he quit. Oh, you're not gonna make a choice. I'm gonna force your hand to make a choice. So I feel like I know he said he want to go to the Clippers, but what does the Clipper have for what Harden and what the Sixers think he's worth? What can they really offer them? So it's kind of like a Dame Heat situation. It's like, do y'all really have everything there? Forget about what Harden want to be. Do y'all have what we want? And Thad says, because as long as they got MB right there, they got a. I know I'm not the biggest fan of this dude, but as long as they got somebody out of Maxey who's still young and still promising, we're not trying to go back to rebuild so fast. So before we just take that route, we're gonna make sure we go through everything to make sure, okay, we still are a contending team or at least a playoff team. So I just feel like it's gonna be one of those things where we might not see Harden move until either around the new year or even worse than that, until the deadline. And that's a lot of basketball being played if you wait that long. You know, bruh, come on now. That's just and it's crazy because it's like, dude, you won a whole season with this organization. It's like if stuff don't go his way, he gonna create something. If it wasn't Daryl Morey, it was gonna be somebody else that he's gonna create a problem with.
Yeah.
Let's just say, and then we can move on to Toronto. Let's just say he say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play." Can they finish in the top 3 if he plays? Are they good enough with Harden to still be a top 3, top 4 seed?
What Harden are we getting though? Are we getting I'm showing up to my job, or I'm showing up like, okay, I'm gonna put my all into this organization? Like, which one are we getting?
You right. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
I'm saying, even if he show up, which one is showing up though?
He gonna be out of shape.
He's not gonna be focused playing for them. You see the way he quit out of Houston?
All right. Now, Toronto Raptors, they was 41-41 last year. This year they projected to win 36.5 games. Toronto, you lose Van Fleet, you lose Nick Nurse, you add Dennis Schroeder. They got Grady Dick in the draft. Is Toronto better? Should they blow it up? Like, I'm gonna ask you, Ray. Pascal Siakam, can he lead a team, or should they just move on from Pascal and build with Scotty? How you feeling about Pascal as a 1?
I don't think Pascal has showed enough to be a trusted number 1, and I have never in my life thought of Scotty Barnes as a number 1. But that's interesting though. I don't know. Like, I feel like Scotty Barnes definitely had a sophomore slump compared to because coming in, I don't think nobody had him winning Rookie of the Year. So when he did, it was kind of like, okay, he got some momentum going into his second year. And then when the second year came, it's just like, okay, the whole Raptors roster just kind of flopped. So that would be interesting though to see him as a number 1 option, because I'm
not really saying him a number 1 option, but him as your best player. Because I don't think Scotty Barnes can be a number 1 option.
I don't think it's something he really can't do. Like he literally has all the tools to be a complete basketball player. He has the wingspan, the athleticism. He has the IQ. He can move well.
I don't think he's a natural scorer though, Ray. Like,
I think it's one of those things.
You're number 1 option in the NBA. You got to be a natural scorer, regardless of what people say. You got to be a natural scorer.
I think it's one of those things though. He was playing behind Van Vliet and Siakam, and when you a young guy and you the 3rd option, how many 3rd options do you know that's young, his age, that's really just out there getting real buckets like that? The only young guys that's getting real buckets, they the 1st or 2nd option. When you the 3rd option, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you just kind of like, okay, when we don't feel like getting the bucket, we'll give you the ball. Kind of like, what's his name, MPJ. MPJ don't be out there just going crazy, and if he do, it's probably 1 or 2 games out of the blue. Like, it ain't just like he just keep getting those looks all the time. Like, he got to get what he can get. But when it's time for you to get it, we need you to get it though. And I feel like that's what Scotty Barnes does. Scotty Barnes does take a little bit of advantage of the stuff he do get, but it's not consistent. So if you do see him get like, okay, now I'm a number 2 option, I feel like if he do get more touches and more shots, I feel like he can put up more. I'm not saying he gonna go out there and be a top 5 scorer in the league and nothing like that, but I just feel like he can at least give you 20.
It's gonna be a struggle 20. Look, Chris, how you feeling about the
Raptors? I'm low key a little down on the Raptors, just not because I just don't feel like they have enough just to compete with the bigger teams and the better teams out in the East. Like, you think about it, they'll probably be a borderline playoff play-in team, in my opinion. That's where they stack up. I like some of the pieces they have. I like Pascal. I like Scotty Barnes. I like OG. But like, I don't feel like that's enough compared to the rest of the league and what they got. I don't see them. I don't see them contending or even being like a solid competitor. So it's gonna take a rebuild. They got Dennis Schroeder as their point guard now. Is he an upgrade from VanVleet? Or about the same? I couldn't tell you, honestly. So
the only thing I say about the Raptors is because you looking at because they're a borderline playing team. We probably can all agree on that. But then you look at who else borderline playing teams. You got Orlando. Pascal's still better than Franz and Paolo right now. Pascal is still better than Tyrese Halliburton right now. The Indiana Pacers are borderline. He's better than Mikal Bridges right now. The Nets are borderline playing team, that area. Y'all who had them? We'll get to the Nets later, but yeah. I think the Raptors, because I still think Pascal Siakam is an all NBA player, y'all. Scotty Barnes really might take a lead. The Raptors play real good in the preseason. I know nobody cares about preseason, but the Raptors had a really good preseason. OG Anunoby looks like he's kind of like not whining as much, or he's not having a bad attitude as much, because they seem like they don't want to trade him. And I think he probably comfortable in Toronto. So you got Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and you got Scotty Barnes. And then you look at the borderline playing teams, those three, yeah, that's not bad. Then you got Gary Trent, you got Jakob Poeltl. Like, the team ain't bad. It's just their best players have to,
Yeah.
But we can move on to the Boston Celtics. 57-25 last year. This year they're projected to win 54.5. I'm pretty sure we all got Boston as our favorite, so we don't have to spend too much time on this. But my question is, can they sustain if Porzingis goes down?
They're gonna be a little thin up front. They're gonna be a little small if Porzingis go down. I try to address that, but at the end of the day, Porzingis is their biggest player. They lost their rim protection in Robert Williams. Like, you trust in Al Horford now? If Porzingis go down, I don't know about that. So,
right.
I think that's something that probably I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna sustain that. As far as, like, just to piggyback off what Chris was saying, I don't see them. I mean, they still had a firepower offensively, but defensively, yeah, that's something they're gonna really be missing. And that's something they even when we think about back when they went to the finals 2 years ago, and I mean, Williams was out there, but he wasn't 100%. So it was still like he was missing. He was a slow a foot, like he was slower. Like, he wasn't as agile. He wasn't as quick off the floor. So even in that instance, like, I just feel like Porzingis is athletic, but we don't really still look at him as a true rim protector. So I think even with him out there, it's gonna be some things they miss from Robert. As the season go on, it's gonna be easy to see. So I think people kind of got overexcited in the preseason, seeing a couple blocks here and there from Porzingis, but he's not a true rim protector.
Let me name y'all they 7-footers. They got Kristaps Porzingis at 7'2". Luke Cornett is 7'1", and Nehemiah Skater is 7 feet. Those are 7-footers. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Luke Cornett, Nehemiah Skater?
I didn't know he was still in the league, but
Who?
Cornette.
But my thing, I think they too good, bro. Even if
They
they
are
have to
good.
go
I mean,
they go run motherfuckers out the building, bro.
yeah, I mean,
Then they 4 best players are 2-way players. They 5 best players are 2. Kristaps Porzingis can play some defense. Like, especially now that he's in a winning situation. We've never seen him in a winning situation where he actually carried because he didn't move. And that was the only winning situation he was ever in. So I think defensively, Kristaps Porzingis is a little bit underrated at this point. He's 7'2", and he can move a little bit. He can get you about 2 blocks a game. He has no choice. And he's about 240 now.
yeah, no choice but to play defense.
Yeah. And it's going to be a little bit easier to play defense when you got 4 good perimeter defenders in front of you.
Didn't they have that last year?
Porzingis didn't.
No, I'm saying then Boston had it last year.
I think this could be Tatum year. I really do. I think this could be Tatum. It's coming to that point. They want to crown the nigga anyway. We all know it. Like, come on, man. Everybody loved Tatum all of a sudden. And then I think this is year. I think this is the best team he's done had. He's going into his 8th year, I think. Jaylen Brown going into his 9th year. These niggas is young, but them niggas, hey, they. And then they the 2 most winningest players at this age without winning the championship. So, man, I can't see nobody. I can't see nobody beating them, bro. That 4, nah, I can't see nobody beating them. Unless Giannis just beat, top 30 player all time mode.
I think we always get blinded by how good Boston is in the season, but we always seem to ignore what they do in the postseason.
That's true.
Don't get me wrong. They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals the last couple of years, so I understand. But what I mean by that is, it's always at least one team that exposed their hand. Last year was the Heat. The year before that, it was the Warriors. So I mean, what?
I feel you on that, right? But this is different because they never had a post guy that can get you 20 to 25 points on any given night. They literally, our biggest thing last year in the last couple of years has been what? Man, them niggas play the same style of basketball, basically.
So what happens when they go against a team that has a legit post defender and then he's almost either only needed on one side of the ball?
Who can't Porzingis give buckets to? If Porzingis right.
I still say Bucks have somebody that can cancel him out.
Bam could guard him too. I mean,
he a little bit undersized.
I was just gonna say, man, Bam could guard him, but man, he could shoot over him, man. Or like, this
the only person I would say is Philly, but as a team, they not gonna be able to. No, but just individually, yeah, I think MB could guard him, but they gonna get worked.
They don't have nothing for them. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say
for the wings. So, hey man, but yeah, we can. Brooklyn Nets. Okay, last year fake record 45 and 37.
Oh my gosh.
This year they're projected to go to win 37 and a half games. Y'all are way higher on Brooklyn than I am. When I really sat and did the math, I had them missing the play-in. I know that sounds crazy, but I just went with my gut. So, which one of y'all had them finish 6th?
I did.
Yeah, you go first. How the hell is they gonna be a top 6 seed, bro?
I think people sleeping hit for it. Like I said, people. I think preseason is getting more popular. Like you remember back when what year? You remember when Warriors kind of first started getting good and people start watching preseason more and more a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we're getting back to now. So people starting to watch preseason, and their judgment is gonna be a little off because they're getting fooled. It's kind of like when you watch football. They say it all the time. It's vanilla. They not showing you nothing really. They not going through no real sets. They going out there really just do a little pick and roll, do some backdoor cuts here and there. They're not really doing anything. They're not actually playing how they're going to play during the actual season. So people are being fooled. Like, man, why he out here shooting bad? Why? They're not running anything. They're just playing playground basketball out there. Notice a lot of them done set most of the preseason. So when they finally, they probably ain't. Some of them, once the preseason started, they probably ain't picked up a ball in a minute. As far as like actually going out there running real like full court. So of course they're gonna be a little bit rusty. And people talking, oh, Mikal Bridges shot. You was one of them. He out there struggling.
But right, these are
most people struggling. Most people struggling in the preseason. That's just what it is. Especially if you only gonna play 2 games.
But this is my thing. You got them over the Atlanta Hawks. You got them over the 76ers, the Orlando Magic, Chicago Bulls, Indiana Pacers. I could argue all those teams have better players than Mikal Bridges.
You can say they better, but what does better players mean about when it comes to a team aspect?
And I can say the teams are better.
You trust the Hawks?
You trust the Pacers?
Yeah, come on.
Well, I can say they better than Pacers.
I like individuals on the Pacers, but as a team, no.
Is Mikal Bridges better than Tyrese Halliburton?
Once again, you're going to who's a better individual.
Because at the end of the same minute, hey, this ain't football. Your best player will determine the series. We're not gonna do that. If it was a play-in game, and your best player is
Halliburton has to get to the playoffs first.
Yeah, man. Halliburton is not taking over a game and winning. I wouldn't see.
I like Halliburton, but
I like him too.
I'm not about to speak so highly on somebody who has yet to see a playoff game. Mikal Bridges has not missed a playoff since he's been in the league, and you sitting here talking about somebody who ain't even touched the playoffs yet, not even a play-in.
I know you keep on talking about this fake record and everything. At the end of the day, they added to what they did last year as well, and they're only going to get better. They're going to have more time. They're going to have more time. They're going to have a whole regular season to gel, build that chemistry, and play how they actually want to play. They had half a season thrown together at the end of the trade deadline to figure out what they was going to do. Now they ready. They here. They added Dennis Smith Jr., a solid defender as well. They got Ben Simmons. You watch preseason now. You watch preseason. How you been looking?
All right.
Why you look like that, DJ?
Because that way threw out Dennis Smith Jr.
Bro, I like him. He been playing better. He rebuilt his stock with the Hornets. Now he ready to go. He on a team that he can contribute and do something with. So yeah,
play good basketball since NC State.
Lonnie
this my thing. Who can score?
Yeah, he was alright.
Who do you really trust to score on the Brooklyn Nets?
We seen Bridges is about to surprise a lot of people this year.
Okay, but Bridges and who else? This starting lineup, it's gonna be like Ben Simmons.
You got Cam over there. You got Thomas.
ESJ is washed.
But is he gonna be able to really play meaningful minutes? Because I don't think that coach liked him because he can't play no damn defense. And I do understand, like, if I don't know. If Cam Thomas, he one of them dudes, if he ain't hitting, you got to come sit by me. And he seemed like he going to have a lot of them games where he's not going to be hitting. And he can't really pass that well. He can't really score off the ball that well. And he can't defend or rebound.
He's kind of a one-dimensional player at this point. I mean, hopefully he progresses.
I mean, how much have we really seen of Cam Thomas to really just analyze what he can and can't do? The only times we've seen him is when they was like, man, we about to rebuild. I know they had that trade. And they was like, okay, come back and take a seat.
But he didn't play in the playoffs. Like, I think that's a bad line.
You didn't think that was bad coaching?
I think that was
bad coaching.
I do think it was bad coaching because you want to throw him out there and see what he can do. But the fact that you ain't got no trust, and this is a ragtag team just randomly put together. Cam Thomas been there the whole time. The fact that Jacques Vaughn was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to throw him out there. Y'all don't look at that as a red flag. That's just strictly, Jacques Vaughn just an idiot. Even though he
wasn't. wasn't the superstars on the team saying that Cam Thomas been a bucket? I could have sworn I remember KD vouching for him.
I understand you can be.
I could remember. I could also remember the superstars on the team giving up on their coach. So are we really gonna sit here and act like Von is like what he thought was genius or something? Like,
I don't think Kevin Durant gave up on Vaughn. I think he just gave up on that whole organization.
But this is my thing, though. He's just a bucket. Like,
yeah,
you can't just play a nigga that can't rebound, can't pass, can't score off the ball, and then just be like, oh, but he's a bucket. I don't. Okay, it's a lot of people get buckets. Is we? I don't know.
I think he'd be a solid player off your bench to get some good scoring in. Maybe a 6-man year candidate. If he that's his best. That's his best.
That's what Nets gonna fail if they do that.
Okay, Ray. Since you got him 6,
they don't got enough firepower.
The top 3 scorers for the Nets.
You have to wait for him to come off the bench.
Who gonna be the top 3 scorers for the Nets? And let's go determine where the hell I think they go finish.
I say Bridges, Thomas, and that third one. I mean, probably Dinwiddie.
Yeah, probably Dinwiddie.
Borderline playing team.
We seen Dinwiddie as a second option that can give you 15, 18 points. So if you can get that from your third option, that's pretty solid. If I can give you 18 points a game.
That's pretty solid, but we had the chance. I'm not gonna lie, we had the chance to see that last year in the playoffs, and sometimes he didn't.
He wasn't a third option. They had him out there still trying to be a 1A, 1B with Bridges, that's where they failed.
Yeah,
they should have let Bridges run the show completely, and let Dinwiddie be a supporting guys. Dinwiddie out there still trying to take over games. I'm like, dude, we've seen you try to do this before. It didn't work.
For them to get in that 6 seed, I think they're gonna have to lead, be top 5, top 10 in pace. They're gonna have to get a lot of fast break points. Hopefully, Ben Simmons can get them.
They definitely gonna be running.
But that's what I'm saying. And then I think they're gonna have
Ben Simmons running. It definitely is. Ben Simmons running as the point guard. They definitely gonna get a lot of fast breaks.
You don't think they got potential defensively too?
No, I do. I think that's their best attribute. But offensively is where I'm nervous, and that's where I'm.
They defense gonna turn this offense. They gonna, man. If Nets play this right, they can be a solid team.
First week, watch. Mikal Bridges gonna have a 7 for 22 game.
Oh my gosh.
He's not a natural scorer. He's learning to score, but I don't think he's a natural scorer. New York Knicks. Last year, 47 and 35. That was the big surprise. They got them picked to win 45 and a half games. They won against Cleveland last year in the playoffs. It was kind of an upset.
Yeah.
Is Knicks a potential regress team? Could they possibly regress this year, or do y'all see them staying the same or getting better?
I think they're gonna benefit because a lot of East teams are kind of gonna be struggling, or it's a lot of new teams that's trying to find their niche, whatever. So I think they're gonna kind of benefit from that. I don't think that's gonna make them better. I just think that's gonna keep them in a comfortable spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, Ray. I mean I don't think they really added like a whole nother dynamic, or I think they basically brought back the whole team. They added DiVincenzo, but like I mean, so if that's a lot to you, great. But I mean, I think they're gonna just have that same team. They're gonna have the chemistry. They know how they play. They're gonna grind it out. They're gonna run through Julius, run through Brunson, and play like that way. So it's like we see Quentin Grimes get better. We see Josh Hart continue playing his role. We see Mitchell Robinson, continue to be a solid big, and they play like they did last year. Julius Randle continue to be a solid scorer. I mean, I think they can be just about where they were last year, and they'll probably have a leg up on the rest of the East as they try to find their way.
I also think it depends on
RJ.
Yeah,
RJ's the X factor, bro. You got him, bro. You got Brunson, who's gonna be that point guard scorer. You got Julius Randle, but we know Julius Randle be up and down. But regular season, he's gonna be good. But you still need that wing scorer. RJ Barrett's still 6'7", 6'8", and he's athletic. He can play defense. He got to turn up as a scorer. And what he did, he's a big reason why they beat Cleveland Cavaliers. Julius Randle got hurt. Julius Randle wasn't playing that much in that Cleveland Cavaliers series. RJ Barrett came, and I think he consistently started getting 20 points. So if RJ Barrett can hover around 20 to 22 points on about like 46 for 45 shooting and just be like 36, hopefully 36 from the three. And I think the Knicks will still be a top 4 seed. They really ain't do too much, like y'all said. They just gotta get better internally, situationally, and things of that nature. Brunson, I don't think Brunson gonna have as good of a year as he did last year. That's a hot take, but I think people kind of go figure out Brunson because I don't think niggas wasn't watching the Mavericks, man. They wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? People didn't think Brunson had it in him. But
So you telling me people wasn't watching the Western Conference Finals?
No, I'm saying, but he became a number one guy in the playoffs, and I just feel like people gonna take him a little bit more serious. I just don't think the league took him as serious until he started killing everybody.
When I see him in the regular season, what he was doing, I was like, nah, people paying attention. I think he's going out there half guarding him, getting crossed over. Like, no.
You think he gonna have the same type of year or better?
I think Brunson is established. You can try to make adjustments, but I think once you establish yourself, ain't nobody gonna stop you. You might have some off games, but that don't mean people figured you out. That just mean you have an off game.
So over under 24-6 for Brunson. Because that's what he was.
I think it depends on what RJ does. If RJ is if he take off where he left off last in the playoffs, his numbers might drop. Because he ain't gonna need to have to put up over 24.
And that's
but his assists might go. His assists gonna go up though.
Yeah. I think that if the other players step up and take a larger role, and Brunson's not having to take up a larger role scoring wise and everything else like that, then yeah, the Knicks can be really good. But if Brunson continue to have to carry the load for this team and be like the 1A 2 option, then I don't know.
What's the highest seed y'all think they can get before we move on? I think if everything goes right, they could steal that top 3 seed.
I was gonna say that,
yeah. But 3 though.
I was gonna say everything perfect 3 seed.
Okay.
I'd say somewhere between that 3 and 4.
All right, moving on to the Central Division. Oh my goodness!
I just realized you put New Jersey Nets.
I did. Damn. But starting off with the Chicago.
Oh, you were trying. Okay, you did that purposely. Okay.
No, I did it. Chicago Bulls 40-42 last year. This is the most depressing team I was looking through. 40-42 last year. This year they're projected to win 37.5 games. Same, man. 2 years ago, I was hype as hell about this team.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like, man, blow this shit up. They'd have became the Wizards. They'd have became the Wizards overnight, bro. Like how the Wizards was when they had Kuzma, Porzingis, and Beal. It's like them some good players.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna get you nowhere, man. How we feeling about the Bulls? And I think they got some of the worst young players in the league, man.
They probably a borderline playing team. At this point, they gonna make the play-in, but you don't know if they gonna get out of it. Because they good enough to get to the play-in. I will say that. But they gonna if they win one playing game, they gonna for sure have to play another playing game, though.
Yeah.
Do you trust because you look at DeMar, you look at Zach LaVine, you look at Vucevic. Those are just some one-sided stars, bro. Like offensively, they good, but then they not the greatest fit together offensively. And then defensively, man, we could score on them. So it's like you look at a team like Toronto or the Magic, like Paolo and Franz can lock up and switch things like that. You look at Toronto, Siakam, OG, and Scott. Come on now. And then you look at they could beat Indiana possibly, but then it's like even if the Nets slip, like they just don't got enough defense to me. And then they don't got enough complementary pieces. You ain't got no defense and you ain't got complementary pieces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the Bulls. The Bulls will probably fight for that 10 seed fight for that last playing spot, probably a 10 or 9. Y'all hate me all y'all want. I think they miss Lonzo Ball a lot, and they not gonna ever reach their potential without him. His team never gonna get where they're supposed to be without Lonzo Ball, and he was the glue that kind of made that team work. And I'm not gonna rely on Zach LaVine and DeMar. I feel like probably by the trade deadline, this team was getting blown up.
I swear I was going to say that. And then, bro, they went from Lonzo Ball, a 3-and-D facilitator, to Kobe fucking White, man. Kobe White finna start this year, bro. Yeah. And y'all know him and Ayo Dosunmu was competing for the starting spot, man. Them dudes ain't starting nowhere. They not starting in Washington. I'm just saying, bro.
Hey,
that's enough Bulls talk. Cleveland Cavaliers, 51-31 last year, projected to win 50.5. I feel like this could be a sleeper regular season team, but they added Max Strus, they added George Niang. Emoni Bates was very efficient in the preseason. He looked like he's a natural scorer. Well, how we feeling about Cleveland? I think Cleveland. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland get a second seed, bro. Keeping it above.
Right.
And then they coming off that nasty playoff. Ooh, you never know how a young team bounce back after that.
I think this can go either way for one. I think like you said, this can go really well for them. I think the highest they finish is 3 or 4. Or this could go pretty bad, and then Donovan Mitchell is requesting out and trying to force his way to somewhere.
I don't think he's gonna request out. I think he's just gonna go leave. I think how many years he got left? If he got about 2 years left, he could play this season and try to win, and then they could trade him in the offseason. Hopefully they do something like that.
Let me see.
But can't nobody score on Cleveland, bro. Can't nobody score on Cleveland, man. Last year they was number 1 in points allowed. 106.5. The second team was Miami with 109. And the year before that, in 2021, they allowed 105.8. So this team, they don't let people score in the regular season, man. You got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and then you add Max Strus. I'm just saying, man. Max Strus better than goddamn Okoro already. And then you got Niang coming off the I just feel like they made small moves, but they made good small moves. Karis LeVert looked like he done fully recovered. I don't know, bro. They got
they didn't extend the Okoro either, so he's not in their future plans exactly. So
yeah, you get your ass out of here, Okoro. The reason boy couldn't do nothing, bro. Nah. Right? You feeling Cleveland?
I mean, I don't know. It's just hard for me to put faith in a team led by Mitchell.
In the regular season? You know, this a regular season prediction.
He a roller coaster in the regular season.
Easy.
It's going to be filled with some excitement. It's going to be filled with some dull moments. It's going to be filled with some, okay, we playing the waiting game. And then it's going to be like, okay, now he's falling off again. Then he's going to slowly start creeping up again. They gonna make the playoffs, yes. They possibly a top 4 team, top 5 team, but that's where the show ends.
Okay. Moving on to the Detroit Pistons. Last year they was the worst team in the league record-wise, 17-65. This year they got them
to be the exact same thing.
They got them 10-game jump, 27.5. I think this is the worst. This is one of the worst constructed rosters. They got one of the worst best players. They got one of the worst best. They got one of the worst best second. This team is terrible. They got about 5 bigs that all do the same thing. This is the worst team in the league, bro.
Hey, them K fans finna come for you, man.
Cade is terrible. He sucked in the preseason this year.
They still got Bogdanovich.
He ain't play a I almost said a snap. He ain't play a minute in preseason.
What he got to prove?
Pissed.
But I'm just saying, and
he mad because he really their best player, but they still saying Cade is.
And that's the crazy thing. I think Thompson is damn near better than Cade. I think Jalen Duren is better than Cade.
Oh my gosh!
Bro. I think Jalen Duren is a better center than Cade is a star player. I think Bogdanovich is just a better player than him right now. I think Ausar Thompson got more potential.
Boy, more potential than Cade? I would have started something. Get me up out of here. I'm not about to waste my prime years. No.
I think he probably just like getting shots up. He could just probably like getting shots up.
He waiting for the right moment for the team, a contending team to come snag him.
Yeah, but then again, he probably just like getting buckets. You know, he wasn't getting as much buckets as he could have been getting in Utah because we seen he should have been the second option in Utah. Who the hell was it? Was he the second option in Utah?
Might have been.
They had Joe Ingles over there at one point.
See, and Clarkson. See, man, he probably
Clarkson's coming off the bench though.
Still, boy, Jordan Clarkson was getting it up though.
Oh yeah, when he getting in the game, yeah, he passing the ball. You want to run back on defense.
Jaden Ivey wasn't starting in the preseason. Jaden Ivey didn't start to the last game of the preseason. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, they came for you for that too. I remember that they would talk.
Jaden Ivey sucked too. Him and Cade, bro, they don't suck. And take that with a grain of salt when I say they do suck. They don't suck. But as where they're projected and they potential, as far as potential goes,
where they supposed to be.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, Ivy's top 3 pick. Cade is a 1 overall pick. Like, I'm tired of hearing about all this potential from Cade. It's time to show. It's time to come on now. And I don't care. Oh, I've been hurt. Yada yada. Man, come on.
Same man.
That's part of being a bust. Injuries. People think being a bust is just you playing bad. No, if you're not on the court at all, that's what they look how they did Odin. He wasn't when he touched the court. He wasn't trash, but it's just that we rarely got to see him. I feel like we rarely get to see Cade. How many games have we really seen a Cade?
Cade Cunningham has played. I'm gonna look it up because he played bad in the preseason. He's never played good in an NBA uniform ever. But
oh my gosh, they know.
Cade
not for a stretch
games. He done played 76 games, averaged 18, 6 and 6 on 42 from the field, 31 from 3, 84 from the free throw line. That's terrible, bro. 42 and 31%. No, I ain't going. And then let me look up his preseason stats, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt because it is preseason, but
we take everything with a grain of salt from this dude, man. Bro, look, okay. So they had against Phoenix 5 for 15. Then against OKC 5 for 10. Against Dallas 3 for 10. Dude suck, bro. Minus 24, minus 22.
Man, if K's that dude, he has at least some talent around him to where they can win some games. If
2 free throws in 3 games. He had 2 free throw attempts in those 3 games. He can't score the basketball, man. He can't score the basketball, dog. Like you can't shoot threes. Your field goal percentage ain't that good, and you don't get to the free throw line ever.
His best play, so his best trait, playmaking, all that stuff, right? You have to have shooters to be able to do that. The only shooters they have is Bogdanovich and Joe Harris. That's it. So what is he facilitating to?
So I drafted you number 1 overall to be a facilitator at 6'8", 6'7".
That's decent.
He got Luka comparisons coming out. Luka
can shoot.
They was comparing him to
Luka.
Luka.
They was comparing him to Luka.
I was comparing him to Paul Pierce because I feel like he should be a 3. But then when he can't shoot no more. Like I don't know
Wait. You said you was comparing him to Paul Pierce because you thought he was gonna be a 3.
He should be a small forward. He can. I don't know.
Oh, I'm thinking you something like a third option. I'm finna say,
Oh
wait,
no.
what?
I thought because at Oklahoma State he was in rare air. He was one of the rare guys to be a 20+ point per game scorer as a freshman, and I seen a lot of Paul Pierce in his pace, his mid range game. He could hit the three, and it's just a pace thing, a size thing. He used to get to his spots, and then he got to the NBA. He want to be Luka, but he can't do no Luka nothing. So I don't know. Indiana Pacers, 35-47 last year. This year they're projected to win 38.5. Obi Toppin, highlight reel. They done got Obi Toppin over there. Benedict Mathurin, his second year. He actually gets to the free throw line. Bruce Brown, they signed Bruce Brown. Miles Turner back. Got Jarris Walker. They got some good young talent. I think this gonna be another running gun year for Pacers. They was actually hot last year before Halliburton got hurt. So y'all kind of been shitting on them. How y'all feeling about the Pacers?
I think Pacers are. Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
Well, no, you got it.
All right, I was gonna say I think Pacers, they have talent over there. It just don't stack up compared to the rest of the league. Now we're gonna see what Rick Carlisle do with Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, everybody you name. I mean, they have a solid starting lineup, and they also have solid bench pieces like Buddy Hield coming off your bench. You got TJ McConnell. Like, they have a lot of nice, solid pieces. It's just where is that going to fit in with the rest of the East? They're going to probably be bottom 8 to 10. That's as high as I can see them getting.
You got them 10. Ray don't got them in there at all.
So, I mean, yeah, best case they get 8 seed, but I don't know.
Ray, how you leave him out? You love Tyrese Halliburton. You said he was as good as De'Aaron Fox. How you leaving him out of the plan?
Oh my gosh!
I never said that. But no, it's a lot of questions for as Miles Turner health and Tyrese Halliburton health. I think those two, if they can stay healthy, and Mathurin comes in, he improved. He don't have a slump. If Buddy Hield can prove to still be efficient from the 3, if all the young guys that they added and or like Obi Toppin that they got this offseason and Bruce Brown, if those guys prove to still be great pieces they picked up, then yeah, they are a playoff borderline play-in. But it starts with Halliburton and Turner because they both have had injuries throughout their whole career.
Yeah,
I agree with that. If I'm assuming they're healthy, they still got a cap because Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner is your best scorers. Ew.
They was in the playoffs last year when they was both healthy. Turner went down. They was still in the playoffs. Then Halliburton went down. That's when they started losing.
But my only thing is everybody done got better. Like, and then Tyrese Halliburton, he not as aggressive offensively as he should be most of the time, in my opinion, especially on the Pacers. Like bro, he should be taking about 7-8 threes a game, in my opinion, just because he's a hell of a shooter. If he had someone like LaMelo's aggression in terms of offensively, then I could trust him. But where did we ever see him? I don't think I ever see him cracking.
He gotta add some muscle.
He do.
That's the difference. Like when LaMelo first came in, LaMelo ain't the same LaMelo when he first came in, and the key reason is because he added some more muscle on him.
Yeah.
You feel you got a little bit more confidence in yourself when you can't just be pushed around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all think Benedict Mathurin could be a number 1? Because I feel like I don't feel like Halliburton a natural scorer. He's more of like a Chris Paul type of guy.
They pay Bruce Brown all what they pay Bruce Brown all this money for then?
Not to be no top 3 scoring option. It's for all his intangibles.
So you telling me Bruce Brown about to go from being a number 4 option to number 1?
I ain't say number 1, but he gonna. I'm not saying number 1, but he gonna have. How come Benedict Mathurin gonna be a scorer over him? You just pay him all this money.
Bro, Benedict Mathurin, he's a top 10. No, stop that. He
Nah,
damn
I'm
near
just
was
saying,
the
man.
scorer off
I'm
the
just saying.
bench.
He had an all right rookie year, and I expect him
Oh,
to
right.
even
He
come in.
almost was a 20-point per game. He almost won Sixth Man of the Year as a rookie. And he almost got 20 off the bench, y'all. I think my thing is who you gonna start? You gotta start Halliburton, Brown, Mathurin, Toppin, and Miles Turner. I just feel like, woo, I don't like that's kind of like the Nets. Like, I don't trust them scoring, but I think Halliburton is such a good shooter, such a good facilitator, and he gonna get them a lot of easy buckets. But I don't trust them to score. Now I'm thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You pulling that you relying on sophomore to be your top scorer. I don't think he will. I mean, Miles Turner can score.
But is he really on a good team? Miles Turner a fourth option, man. Possibly third.
Well, it's time for him to step it up. Then it's time for him to step up.
In
That's
your
all.
10th year, 11th year, he damn near 12 years in, man. But okay, Milwaukee Bucks, the last team in the Central Division, 58-24 last year. This year they're projected to win 53 and a half. We spoke on this a little bit. Say, man, that backcourt is small as hell, man. Dame time to get killed in the goddamn boy. Every guard go average 25 against Dame, bro. He's terrible defensively, bro. Josh Giddey was getting off.
Hey, I told you that he's not gonna have to be your primary defender, or he's not even gonna have to take all the best guards out there.
Who is? Who's gonna guard the best guard on Milwaukee? Which Milwaukee defender?
You could throw Pat Connaughton out there if you wanted to. You could throw.
You don't even know his name. Pat Connaughton. See, come on, Chris, keep it a buck. That team, that perimeter defense for Milwaukee is gonna be terrible. That perimeter defense would be terrible. Pat Connaughton, whatever you just saying. Nah.
Crowder.
Hey man. Hey, yeah, I don't even know.
Jay Crowder got DMP'd in the playoffs last year.
I'm not gonna lie, they traded 4 picks. They traded
Wasn't he playing in
the
he was just playing in the what's it called in the preseason.
He wasn't playing in the playoffs. I play him in the preseason all day. I play him 40 minutes a game in the preseason. I'm just saying, bro. Malik Beasley, Damian Lillard, Jay Crowder, Pat Connaughton. That's who we trust in. Maybe
Chris Middleton the guard.
He got to guard a wing. He's going to have Chris Middleton. See, and that I didn't even want to say that. Chris Middleton and Giannis are going to have to guard the wings / power forwards, the bigger 6'7" through 6'10" guys. Malik Beasley, they going to have to guard somebody, bro. And I don't trust them two. Woo! That's the worst defensive backcourt in the league. Or it's bottom tier. Dame and Malik Beasley. And then Malik Beasley's a starter. He couldn't get no burn. He took out the rotation in the playoffs last year.
He was out there missing the preseason again.
Yes, come on, man.
Man,
that perimeter defense in Milwaukee.
Steph and Clay are not the perimeter defenders they used to be either.
I got them as a play-in team. We got the Bucks as a top 5 team in the East. Top 3.
Top 5 possibly in the whole NBA.
Yeah. I think they still gonna be good because I think offensively, Dame and Giannis, come on, bro. And then Giannis is gonna get you damn near. Him and Jokic can get you 50 wins. So I don't know, but I don't.
I mean,
they just I don't know. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, if you think Damian Lillard is gonna just allow all the other top perimeter guards out there just go out like they play the Sixers. Is Maxey just gonna have career nights every night against Dame?
Maxey, I would guarantee on Thursday, Maxey is gonna have 25 to 30 points. I guarantee it. Who's guarding him? And he's efficient.
What does Maxey get most of his points, DJ?
Transition and in the paint, and he can shoot from 3.
I say 70% of his points come from transition.
I think he get a lot of transition points, but I'm saying in the half court he good too. Like Maxey is evolving, man. I think Maxey, you know what I'm saying? Once he knows he has to go be that second guy, I think Maxey gonna turn up, and he's always been efficient. Last year in the playoffs was kind of, but I trust him in the regular season. Then against Dame and Malik Beasley, good luck, bro. 25 to 30 points on Thursday, guaranteed.
It's not gonna be a long night for them either.
It is, but damn, man. I
think that I think you undermining it. Like everybody's not gonna have a crazy night because they still have to worry about Dame when they're on defense. And you don't think that's gonna be that's gonna affect their offense in no way?
Dame hasn't played. Dame, man. I know it's preseason. But it feel like Dame is terrible. It feel like Dame was terrible in the preseason, bro. It feel like he don't even want. I don't think he want to be there for real. If we gonna keep it a buck. So I don't know. Let me see. Dame had 14. Oh no, 14 points against the Lakers. 30% from the field, 29% from three. Then he had 5 against OKC, 5 points, 18% from the field, 0% from three, 33% from the free throw line. And then against Memphis, he had his best game. He went 6 for 14, 43%, 19 points, 2 for 9 from three, 22%. Nah, bro. It's still basketball.
He don't care about no
basketball. He's still
game. He was it up. It's Damian Lillard, man.
I understand that, but watching it, he was thinking it up. I'm sorry.
Look, at the end of the day, Milwaukee's going to have a solid defense. And it's not – guards going to have to be able to hit perimeter shots in order to get their scoring on. They're not going to be able to just waltz down the lane and score. They're going to have to hit perimeter shots. So they better be hitting.
Preseason don't matter, but damn. Don't stink it up and you a superstar. Don't stink it up. That is nasty. Your best game was 42%. No. 42% and 22%. No. That's your best game in the preseason. You going against backups and niggas who not gonna be in the league. Don't be that bad. Don't be that bad.
See, when he had that game he was going against Lakers on starters.
Yeah, Lakers starters and
he stunk it up. Okay, Southeast Division. Atlanta Hawks, 41-41 last year. This year they're predicted to go 42.5 wins. I think this a boomer bust team, in my opinion. Atlanta could be top 5, or Atlanta could be goddamn play-in again. I don't know what's big from Atlanta. What y'all got, man?
No, that's exactly how I got them too. I don't know about Atlanta. It's like I don't feel like they really did much either, but
I think Jalen Johnson better than John Collins. I think Jalen Johnson. I think he's better than John Collins. He can shoot better. His assist numbers been up. He's switchable on defense, catch lobs. He do everything John Collins can do, but better. And he's younger, cheaper.
My
thing is, I think DeJounte is the X factor. Can he string games together and be good for more than one game at a time? That's my thing. Because he is, every time I look up at DeJounte, he going 25, 6-6. Next game, 14, 3-7. And you're like, damn, nigga, you gonna be good for a whole stretch. I think that's the biggest thing. And then we know Trey not super efficient. And we know Trey ass go turn the ball over.
Yeah, I mean,
he averaging 27, 10, and 4 for his career so far.
No, yeah.
Okay, now tell me his field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and his turnovers. And
tell me his teammates along with it.
I'm just saying, man. He went from ECF to playing. Like, at what point is he go live up to his potential? I think he's a top 5 offensive talent in the league. And we know who in the league, but him, top 5, he's a top 5 offensive talent in the league. You can say that whoever else in the fold, but he's a top 5 talent offensively in the league. He can do everything. Pass, shoot from all 3 levels, But say, man, I don't know how serious he takes every single game in terms of because I look at him and I always have no choice but compare him to Luka. Luka, he fuck up a lot too. But when it comes to straight up competitiveness, Luka want to win every single game, no question about it. Trey, I don't know.
Trae Young came out and said that the season was boring.
Yeah. So it's like this is a boom and bust team. We thought they were gonna get their ass ran out the building against Boston. Trey out of nowhere just started going the fuck out. It's like I don't know.
Trey got the competitive nature. It's just I don't know. He unpredictable. I really don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Y'all think Trey All NBA team this year? He getting back to All NBA, All Star.
If he's serious all year long, yeah. But for somebody who get bored easy in the season, I don't think he's gonna get no.
I can't see it right now. It's gonna take a lot. Especially with it being positionless too.
Okay, Charlotte Hornets. The gangsters of the East. They projected to win 31.5 games.
Okay. I think.
Wait, you said how many?
31.5. So,
look,
31
I think Charlotte is going to be that team you put on because you want to see something exciting, you want to see something fun, but you're not going to see a good basketball team out there. They're just not good, and it's also going to depend a lot on the health of LaMelo Ball. Is that at this point it's LaMelo Ball, it's Terry Rozier. I mean, you got to see development from Mark Williams. I like PJ Washington; he's a solid piece as well. But after that, like, I don't even know what's going on with Miles with Bridges. So
that nigga back in jail. That's what's going on. He turned himself.
I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Like he can't. He's gonna be 2 years removed from playing. So at this point,
they need to trade LaMelo for Ja. Let Ja be a Charlotte Hornet and be the fucking Charlotte Jailbirds, man. Because Kai Jones was crazy. Brandon Miller just had some shit. Did y'all just see what Brandon Miller?
Yeah, I just saw that he
what happened.
Bro, he got sued for wrong for death. You know, he had that controversy because a girl got killed, and I think he had let somebody borrow the car
to the guy. Yeah.
Or he borrowed a gun.
I thought they already had settled it.
Man,
they bring him back up.
Yes. Oh, he got drafted. Sue him.
They waited for him to get the NBA contract and say, okay, now hit him with it. Yeah. That's crazy.
But
that is crazy.
My thing is, bro, these dudes outside of LaMelo, all these niggas is crazy. You know, these niggas the starters too. I don't know, bro. And then you got.
Aside from what happened with PJ, he ain't had no other incidents.
True.
He still.
Nothing he did was crazy. It's just the situation he put himself in was kind of crazy.
He still has reason. What they call that? I still question his. You know, so it's like,
hey man,
his decision making.
Yeah, LaMelo, Mark Williams. Those are the only two that don't. Those are the only two starters I trust. And then Terry Rozier. I like Terry Rozier. Gordon Hayward don't play.
I like
who the hell is they coach? Steve, bro.
It's Steve Clifford, bro.
Get that nigga up out of there, man. Go get a coach. Come on, man.
That's the disguise. Michael Jordan really a coach.
He already decided.
He gone. He got out of there. He said, I can't take this no more, man.
I'm surprised he stuck around as long as he did.
That Gordon Hayward contract
must have been crazy.
That Gordon Hayward contract is hurting them. They
gonna trade Hayward and let Brandon Miller take that spot if he's not in jail. If Bridges can get out and play,
even if Bridges get out, I don't think
serious too.
I don't even know. Yeah,
this is the thing with Bridges' situation. They probably gonna hit him with some most suspension games, even if he do get out.
And then how he gonna come back how he gonna look when he come back? You talking about Dame look rusty?
The Kai Jones shit. It's just these niggas is crazy in Charlotte, bro. I'm not playing. These niggas is seem crazy. I don't know what it is. But I would love this roster if all these
How was
dudes was
Kai
contributing.
Jones before all this stuff? Did he
He
seem
was at
normal?
when he was at Texas, bro. I didn't hear nothing crazy about him. He just was a
Did you
super
see anything
athlete.
crazy though? You see any tendencies about himself?
No,
Hey.
he just was getting. Go ahead.
Greg Brown said this is how he always been. We just seeing it now.
Oh, we go trust Greg Brown.
Hey, that's what he said, man.
Another dude, just a super athlete that don't.
It's
do
easy to
nothing
come. It's
worth
easy
it.
to come out and say something like that once everybody's saying it.
Man. But Charlotte Hornets, man. I love this team a couple years ago too, and it's just like these dudes literally have legal troubles. That's crazy. You think this is a goddamn record label. But Miami Heat. Miami Heat 44-38 last year. They projected to win 44 again this year. My question is, can they young guys step up for the guys that they lost? And Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. They got Nikola Jovic, blue chip talent. He had a hell of a run in not the Olympics, the Euro. What's that? What was it? What was
FIBA.
Yeah, the Euro FIBA. And Jaime Jaquez, he seemed like he gonna be able to come and play right away. He played one game in the preseason, they shut him down.
I think he already better than the two people you just named off.
Exactly. So I feel
Gabe
like
Vincent?
Yes.
Oh, they're like first round. You giving Spoelstra first round picks, look, Chris. That like Jaquez was a 4-year player at UCLA, and he's been ready since his sophomore year.
No, yeah, he ready. I like him.
Jovic was a former professional, and he just had him a run in FIBA. Like you were replacing niggas, you were replacing undrafted guys with first round picks, and you giving them Spoelstra as the coach. And then I think top man, that's a guy who should have been in MIP. Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero gonna average about 24 points a game, bro.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, because outside of him, you gonna need some scoring.
Miami Heat, middle of the road team. They need to play Jamal Cain and Drew Smith. No, I wouldn't play Jamal Cain and Drew Smith at all. What they got to lose really without Gavis and extra. I think you give Jaquez those minutes, you give Jovic those minutes. Jovic really a big guard / wing.
They need another guard.
I want to see, yeah.
What you gonna throw Kyle Lowry gonna just come out and take the reins and fill all them minutes again? Like
Tyler Hero. I'll run Tyler Hero through the ground at this point. Tyler Hero, hey man, we need you 39 minutes a game. 40 minutes a game. Crazy, man. Real job. Bam, 40 minutes a game. Jimmy, we go, you know what I'm saying? We go put you on about like 26 minutes, 27, 30 minutes a game. But now he got to play about 35.
Jimmy better play 30, 35, but they ain't got no chance. I hope Jimmy can continue to this level of play. If he drop off, it's over.
He's not gonna do that.
If he the second he start dropping off,
he hope he can continue that level of play. He's not about to go the whole season how he play in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, they went to two. They went to two so far in the 2020s. I mean,
I know we said that last year for sure.
Hey, some things you just gotta see if it's gonna happen. Don't speak on it, because
Is
sometimes
Spoelstra the best coach in the league?
Huh?
Is Spoelstra the best coach in the league?
One of them, if not the best.
One of them, yeah. I don't see how you can make an argument against it right now. Because
he went from being a coach that everybody said the only reason why he's winning because he had the Heat big three to still getting it done without him. So he definitely one of.
What he doing with undrafted players is crazy, bro. Like he squeezed the orange with them dudes, man. He get every little bit out of the goddamn undrafted players.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say this. Can Jimmy Butler be an all NBA performer, or is that kind of them days over with? Is he still gonna be an all-star, all NBA level player, regular season wise?
I don't think he care about the regular season enough to do it. He gonna get them in just enough position to be, have a solid seat, Solid. I agree with you, RC. Yeah, solid enough season where they have a good enough seed to do well in the playoffs. He not finna, he don't care that much to be averaging crazy numbers to be getting the first team. He'll make All-Star probably, but All NBA team, he'll probably get third at most.
Orlando Magic, 34-48 last year, 37.5 projected wins this year. This is my sleeper. I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando Magic jump all the way up to a 6 through 8 seed. I got them as like an 8 or 9, but Paolo and Franz, I think that's the best duo under 25, and I think it's easy.
I think. No, I agree with you.
You seen what ESPN had them ranked? They had them as both top 50 players in the league. So if they don't make the playoffs, that's gonna look very bad. That you got 2 top 50 players in the league, and y'all can't carry yourself at least to the play-in. So what you saying? They better do that. I don't care how young they is. They got them already as top 50 players, so they better get at least to the play-in.
I think Paolo takes a huge jump this year. If I'm being honest with you, they have a solid young core anyway. Not to mention you got Wendell Carter. You added Anthony
your boy
Black.
Cole Anthony.
Yeah, Cole. Like they got talent over there. Not to mention Markelle Fultz. I mean, it's there. It's all there.
DJ don't like Markelle.
It don't matter if he don't like him, man. He don't have to do everything. He got enough around him.
I want the ball in Franz's hands. Let Franz handle the ball like he do with Germany. Like Markelle Fultz just want to play point guard.
He do that with Germany because who else gonna handle the ball for Germany?
Schroeder. I'm just saying. But my thing is, I think Franz go jump to about 20. I think he the best player at that draft class. I think Franz is the best player at that draft class. We look at that draft class really kind of suck if we think about it. Evan Mobley, Cade, Jalen Green, compared to what we thought it was gonna be, Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner. Who the best at them 5?
So we don't think Jalen Green gonna have no jump this year.
We go get to him. I got a lot to say. But I think Franz is still as of right now, who that best at them 5? Cade, Evan Mobley, Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, and Franz Wagner.
I'll say Franz.
I'm just saying.
Franz is the best one, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I say Jalen Green probably got the highest ceiling. It just depends on if he really reaches it or not.
Yeah.
I think the Orlando Magic. That's my sleeper team. But Washington Wizards. And I agree with you, RC. They do got too many guards, and they don't got too many good guards. But Washington Wizards, 35-47 last year. You can throw that out the window because it's a whole different team. 23.5 wins projected. I think they're going to be better than that, bro. I'm just going to say that.
I'll tell you that right now.
Jordan Poole stunk it up his last preseason game, but he still went for 40 the game before that. I think Kyle Kuzma was going off in his preseason debut, and they sat his ass down, man. I think Denny Avdia is the only person I've ever seen guard Giannis every time, and it looked good, but he's on a bad team, so nobody cares about a top-tier defender on the bad team. But Daniel Gafford, lob threat, Tyus Jones, he's one of the better point guards in terms of actually being a point guard. I think he got Mike Conley potential.
Yeah.
Say, man.
Koulibaly, he's a solid defender as well.
And Koulibaly was having a hell of a preseason. Koulibaly looked like Trevor Ariza out there. He just can't shoot.
It's okay. He don't need to shoot.
Like Trevor Ariza.
They got Poole to do all the shoot.
Defensively. And yeah, Poole. Yeah, he ain't gonna let nobody.
Oh, so then he Thabo Sefolosha.
Oh, man.
He hits more shots than him. Like he occasionally hits shots. So he can eventually get this shooting down. But
that's Thabo Sefolosha. I didn't say Andre Roberson. I said Thabo.
Say, bro,
a little bit.
He was just playing against high school teams a couple years ago. He played against Bronny. I was watching him play against Bronny on ESPN like 2 years ago. Koulibaly is young as hell. I remember I was watching. I'm like, who is that dude? I didn't even know who he was. He was playing for some France club team. They played Bronny now. And he just popped off the screen. Every time I've ever seen Koulibaly, he's popping off the screen. defensively, and we all know how rare that is for your defense to pop off the screen. So I think in his preseason debut, he had like 6 steals.
I think the Wizards gonna be better than they gonna
Yeah, I
shot.
think the Wizards are better than the Pistons.
Easily.
Okay. Are the Wizards better than the Spurs right now?
No, probably not. I don't know. They're about
The
the
Rockets?
same. I don't think that.
Why you naming all West teams?
Yeah, I'm saying, I don't know. It's hard for me to compare East to West, but I mean,
Okay.
nah, man. Washington.
I know some people got Jordan Poole winning most improved player, but
yeah, I do.
It ain't gonna be efficient.
Look, man, when you jump,
he gonna have some games there where you go like, man, he shot 50%. Then you gonna see another game where he scored 30, but he shot 35%.
Okay. What you was gonna say, Luke Chris? I know you.
I was gonna say, yeah, when you jump from 20, he gonna go about like 28, 30, not 30. He gonna go about 28, 26, somewhere in that range. You gonna win most improved. People choosing Mikal Bridges for that same reason.
Jordan Poole averaged 25 a game, and they don't give him MIP. I'm just saying. Here we go with this Washington shit. They was only scored 21-20. Say, bro, watch it. Say, all right. Let one of these teams roll into Washington with Poole going off. And you better not let Kuzma be going off. We forget Kuzma's 6'10". I'm just saying.
Washington got a nice little lineup. I'm gonna tell you that. Yeah, starting five. They got a nice little starting five. They're gonna fill it out eventually.
It's gonna be interesting to see the first couple months.
Look at that. Watch Tyus Jones.
No, I'm just saying it's gonna tell us a lot about what we need to know about them.
Yeah,
Tyus Jones the key. Because I was watching him, it's preseason. I always gotta say that for everybody who, it's still basketball to me, but y'all say it's preseason. Tyus Jones literally is like a professional for Kuzma and Poole. Like he's like, hey man, give me the ball. I'm gonna run some plays. He directing traffic. I feel just like what Mike Conley did for you, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You can't underestimate having a real point guard that people actually respect as a point guard, and they don't mind him having the ball, making the decisions. That's all I'm gonna say. We got a lot of combo guards out here. We got a lot of point forwards. A real point guard, when you got scorers like a Poole and Kuzma, that's gonna be important, bro. I'm just saying, because they can score and he can facilitate. But moving on to the West, we'll start with the Northwest Division. Utah, 37-45. Oh, you can get off, Chris? Just let me know whenever you finna.
Yep. Yeah, I'm about to hop off after this one.
All right. Utah, 37-45 last year. This year they're projected 35.5 wins. Bro, Lauri Markkanen, bro. Say, dog. I went through some tape of him, man. I thought bro was cold as hell when I was watching him in real time. But now, go and look at that. Say, bro, he looking like he got some athletic Dirk in him. He just ain't got the resume. That boy was looking like an athletic Dirk in some of them games, man.
Hey, a lot of teams messed up not getting him from Chicago when they had the chance.
And he's always been good. He just never had the opportunity.
Now, he's very nice in Utah. Very nice in Utah. Now, I mean, Utah, I don't think they'll be much in the West. The West is just too deep. They're a nice team. West, like they were doing good last year in the beginning of the season, and they just fell off because the talent's not there. That's okay. Utah will look good at times. They'll play good against teams, but they're just not going to be able to keep up with all that talent in the West. So,
this is my problem with Utah, Ray. Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, Keontae George. They got guards that's go put that thing up, man.
Keontae George reminds me so much of Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Like when he first came in, it's like, bro, this dude here can score. Who is this dude? Oh, yeah. Like that's the type of vibe he get. Like when I seen him in Summer League, I was like, this the best scorer in Summer League. This dude is cooking.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, I'm like, how well is it going to translate to the NBA though? he looks good against the summer league because some of these guys they have no chance of making an NBA roster. Some of them gonna struggle to get on a G League roster. So I'm like, it looks real good now, but can you transfer it over like how Jordan Poole did? And that's my biggest concern with Keontae George.
I like Walker Kessler. I like John Collins for them. I still think that Olynyk over there. I like Taylor Hendricks. But my thing is, are the guards go pass the ball to the guys in the front court? That's my biggest thing. Is the ball
You
going to
don't
see
think
the
Lauri
front court?
Marketing gonna demand it?
He gonna demand it, but damn, you gotta demand it because Colin Sexton go get it up, man. Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, and it's gonna always be one of them on the court.
name me. You can think of any big that you've seen in your time. I don't care how great they was. They got to demand it still. So is he great? Is he so great that he just supposed to just automatically get it? Every big that had to demand it at one point. So I don't. He ain't the greatest big we've ever seen. He ain't the greatest big right now. Joel Embiid got to still demand it sometimes. Jokic got to even go out there and say, "Give me the ball" sometimes. So yeah, you got to demand. You got to establish dominance. You can't just go out there and walk out there and think you're just gonna bow at your feet.
But like
you ain't get us to no playoffs. So how we supposed to like what?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's also about having like, personnel around you that know to get you the ball. Like, you gotta if you have, for example, we talk about Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones would give Lauri Markkanen the ball because he know he's supposed to have the ball. Colin Sexton, he's not that type of player. I'm sorry
gonna
to
drop
bring
the
up his
ball
name,
off
but that's
to Steven Adams. I mean, that's just who he is. He a pass first guard. You don't have to be all. You can be an average dude out there. He gonna get, if you open, he gonna find you.
But I'm just saying, Ray. They best position group is they front court. Yeah. They back court think they're the best position group.
I don't think that's the problem. I don't think they actually think that. I think that, like, we know what Jordan Clarkson is. He's a scoring guard. He's not a two-way. I'm not saying he's one-dimensional, but when it comes to offense, I just want to score the ball. That's it. So I don't think he thinks he's the best. He knows his role, and he does his role very well.
But I'm just saying, I think that's what's gonna hold Utah back, though. That backcourt gonna hold it back. Not because they suck; they all good. But I think microwave scorer, Colin Sexton's a microwave scorer. I think Jordan Clarkson a microwave scorer. Keontae George could possibly be more than that eventually, but right now he's a microwave scorer. 3 microwave scores in your backcourt, and your best position group is your front court. It's just a problem with me. That's just a problem.
Colin Sexton don't stay healthy though,
and that too.
True.
So maybe we do see a faster development of Keontae.
Yeah.
Because he get more minutes. I'm not wishing injury on Sexton, but
it's just when you can see that's
it's one of those things.
Chris, you still with us?
All right, y'all. Y'all take care.
Right,
I'll let y'all finish off the rest of the West.
All right. So now we got Denver Nuggets. We can start getting through some of the teams that we know a little faster. Denver Nuggets. The only thing with them, I don't know if you've been seeing them, but they got this young guy named Julian Strawther. He averaged 18 points a game. In the preseason, and he was 40, 50, 90, and he was getting a lot of shots up. I think they found a potential KCP replacement, and I think he gonna be good right away. He played 3 years at Gonzaga, and I think this is the thing that separates the Nuggets, in my opinion, from everybody else. Right? Them motherfuckers draft plug and play guys to go with their stars, and they got the best 2-man game in the league. So, they're projected 50. They was 53-29 last year. They're projected to win 52.5 this year. How you feeling about the Nuggets?
They still top of the West, in my opinion. Like you said, they still got the best 2-man game. I know they lost KCP, they lost Brown, but man, when you got the best player in the league, when you got a guy like and it's funny because Jamal Murray don't have accolades, but we know who he is. Like I don't. It ain't even about accolades, but it's just you know who you got right beside you. And Jokic couldn't ask for a better partner in crime. You still got AG over there. You still now Bron is gonna get I don't care how you supposed to say his name. That boy last name is Bron. Like, but no, you gonna see more minutes from him. MPJ, I mean, he's still your third option, who was a heck of a efficient guy. So I mean, you still got the main core still there. And then you
Do
just
you?
add, like you say, you got plug-in guys now that can replace and probably do more than what the person they replacing.
So
So I mean,
you not feeling too fucked up about losing Bruce Brown and Jeff Green like everybody else?
I don't know why they were so distraught about losing Jeff Green, but no, not really.
The only thing is Bruce Brown just
When
one of
they
those
first
players.
lost
He
Bruce
just
Brown,
got
I was like, dang, how they let him walk? But then I was just like, you know what? Knowing the Nuggets, they got something up their sleeve.
Mhm. I think Christian Braun, I think he gonna be real good in that situation because we done seen him a couple games against the Lakers where it's like, oh, okay, okay, they got some. And when you can make splash plays in the playoffs, they do a lot for your confidence. And he was already coming off a national championship in Kansas. And some people just win, they go win everywhere they go. And I think he one of those dudes. And he know his role. And if you know your role in your early 20s in the NBA and you playing with a guy like Jokic, you know. So what would you do you think Jokic is go try to get an MVP this year? Or do you think he go kind of he just so good or he's go already just be in that
You know what
debate?
Jokic say, man. He like, I don't go out there and play for that stuff. But I mean, the numbers say something else. And then the wins that's gonna come along with it. He gon' I think as long as he is in his prime, he's always gonna be a top five MVP candidate. Like I think that's just no more possibly a top three candidate. But I don't know if he's gonna um I don't know. I think he's gonna be one of those guys that he gonna have an argument every year. That's how I
Um,
look at him.
let's say, do you think Jamal Murray cracks an All NBA team or All Star this year?
Shoot, if he play like how he played in the playoffs, he getting both. Because now the stardom is there now. People know who he is, so he might get All Star votes off that alone.
That's true. Well, I guess we can go. I think the X factor gonna be MPJ. If MPJ could just do everything he's been doing, but even better and more volume. Like if he gets to that 20 point per game and they got a legit big three scoring wise, I think they going through the roof.
I like when
Uh,
they get him going in the first quarter. When they get him
me
going
too.
early, man,
You
you
gotta make
know
them
it's
care
about to
about
be
the
a.
game.
It's gonna no. I'm talking about just for the opponents. It's gonna be a long night for the opponents. If he get going early, because you know what Jamal Murray gonna be, especially when it comes to closing time, and you know what Jokic gonna be throughout the whole game. So you can get MPJ going early, and Murray can kind of just, you know what, I'm gonna stay cool right now. I'm gonna save some of my. I might hit a little jumper here and there. I might score a little bit on a fast break here and there, but just keep on letting MPJ warm up. That's a recipe for success right there.
Okay. So next we got Oklahoma City, 40-42 last year. They projected to win 44 and a half games this year. You know my problem with OKC, and it's still the same. I think Chet is a power forward, and I think his shooting numbers is crazy. He was shooting 50% from three in the preseason, on like 4 attempts a game, and I think he's a tradition. I think he's a modern traditional modern power forward where he can handle the ball a little bit, shoot a little bit. I don't think he's a center, bro. He's too small. And I feel like just like against Minnesota, the West is a size conference, bro. You ain't got no size in the West. You go feel that, man. Because you even look at Minnesota 2 7-footers. You look at Denver. They don't start nobody under 6'5".
And say the Lakers literally just spent an
Lakers.
off season getting two or three extra bigs.
So my biggest question for Oklahoma City is their size, and can Chet be durable being their only real size? I think even when they bring Poku, he another nigga like Chet. So what are your concerns with OKC, or what you like about them, and just how you see OKC right now, man?
The biggest upside they have right now is their offense. That's gonna be something. They're gonna have some of the best ball movement for sure, some of the best shooting for sure. They're probably gonna be one of the most efficient teams because, like you said, Chet shot 50, but then you also got Shea. He's efficient. Giddey is pretty efficient. What's this called? Jalen, he pretty
Williams?
efficient. Yeah, he pretty efficient. So I mean, you got those are four of your starting five right there, and all those guys they're gonna give you the bulk of their offense. So the only, like you said, the only problem though is they undersized. That was the biggest problem they had last year. When I seen I said this is not no center. This dude, like, come on, man. It's one thing if he was their height and he was built like Ben Wallace. This dude is out here built like a small forward. This dude is not like, come on, man.
And
I mean, he did the best he could.
He did the best he could, yeah.
Like when you think about it, like, man, you played great, but for a long term, nah, this is not it. And that's what they really struggled. Like, I mean, as bad as they shot against Timberwolves, the main thing was they was getting outboarded. Like, and you more times than not, if somebody got more second chance opportunities on the offensive end than you do, you're not gonna win. So that's something that's gonna be interesting to follow throughout the season is how they handle it. And if they make any moves, or like, do they got anybody on AG League that they can move up possibly?
Say, man, I think honestly, I've been thinking this for a little minute. You gonna have to move off of Josh Giddey or Lou Dort because neither one of them can shoot too well. They both about 6'6" through 6'8", and I think Jalen Williams can replace either one of them. Like, just because I think Jalen Williams gonna eventually be a 20 to 23 point per game scorer. He gonna be the second option to Shea. He that good. He about 6'6", got a 7'2" wingspan, and he's big. He was a rookie last year. So just imagine him just keep naturally getting bigger. And they gotta go get a center, bro. They got to. Especially you in the West. So
which one do you think is
which one would I get rid of?
Not saying which one do you think is more valuable to their team? Like Giddey out of a playmaking slasher or a lockdown defender out of Dort?
I think Giddey is
other than Shea, who is they defender on the wing if you get rid of Dort? Like, actually, like I can just lock down my man.
Exactly. I get Jalen Williams can too. I think Jalen Williams and SGA could both guard, but you wouldn't really want them on the best wing.
I can say yeah, because they're gonna be your main two scoring wings.
I think I would give up Josh Giddey. As much as I like Josh Giddey, it's just like just imagine Josh Giddey in somewhere like Utah. You pair him with Lauri Markkanen, or like a situation where they need a point guard. You could put Josh Giddey over there in Orlando. It's just so many places that could use a Josh Giddey, and I think he got a lot of value.
I think you can get more out of a return for him.
I don't think they need him because your best two players already can handle the ball and get others involved. Shea, he can play point combo guard, point guard, and so can Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams really can play 1 through 3. So I think Josh Giddey he's a hell of a player, but I think he could be the odd man out if I was running the teams. They need a center, bro, or they're not gonna be able to compete. That's just me. Um. Portland Trailblazers. I'll be watching a lot of Portland Trailblazers. They it seems like they got a lot of youngsters on their team. I was gonna say the N word. They got a lot of young N words on their team, man. Like Scoot, Shaden Sharp, and Fernie Simons. Like they swaggy. They swaggy. All three of them very swaggy, bro. And I getting rid of Dane, that's the best thing that could happen to them. They should have been did it. They got Robert Williams, DeAndre Ayton, Malcolm Brogdon. They projected to win 27 and a half games. I think that's a little low. Because I think, and they still got Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, and Fernie Simons can get you about 30 wins. Man. And then you don't know what you're getting at the young guys. I'm just saying.
Hey, let Aiden, shall we call him dominating?
They literally kicked you out of Phoenix doing no dominating.
That dude just talking. I said, bro, you just all of a sudden gonna start dominating.
That's a cool nickname, though, Ray. That really. If he was actually a dominating player, that would be a hell of a nickname, dominating. But like, he won't post touches. It's 2023, bro. Like, come on, dog. You better roll your ass to the basket or learn to shoot.
He can hit middies. I don't know why he don't take more of them.
But I think that's my problem with Aiden. He's soft, bro. When I heard he he's soft, bro. I'm not even gonna.
Dude got, bro. He one of those. He one of those guys. He got all the tools to be what he's supposed. Like, bro, there's no reason why you shouldn't be in the same conversation as the other top bigs in the league. You have all the tools to be a top 3 big. There's no reason why Sabonis should be all what's called all NBA third team over you. Come on, man. We seen what happened to Sabonis. Got. I don't even want to talk about it. Dude got taken out of the game by a guy named Kevon Looney. And that's no shot at Kevon Looney, but if you are all NBA third player, it's no reason why Looney should be outboarding you. You can't take advantage on the offense end. Like, come on, man. Like that dude had. You should have seen. Bro, you seen Sabonis in timeouts. That dude was over there tired. I'm like, I would expect you to be that tired if you putting in work, but you out there with 9 points and 8 rebounds. And Kevon Looney out there with like 20 boards on you, looking like a prom Kevin Love, and you over there talking about something. Like, bro, no.
You say, man, I don't know, bro. I think Ayton. What do you think his stats should be for it to be a good Ayton season?
I mean, they really don't have a true number one over there. So shoot, if Ayton, because Ayton, you did a lot of talking this offseason. So you supposed to be. Is this supposed to be a dominating season like you say it is? You should be having the most touches on that team.
No.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. You can't come out saying you're gonna have a dominating season.
But what would be
it's not even set in stone that you're the number one option on a team.
So if he was 17-10, would you be like, oh, that's a good solid season for him? Because you got to think Simons has been a 20-point per game scorer. Grant has been a 20-point per game scorer.
Do one of them take a back seat, or does Aiden take a different approach and say, you know what, I'm gonna be a defensive anchor. I get my touches here and there whenever I can get them, and I'm just gonna be a defensive anchor for y'all.
When you come out with a nickname like dominating, he's finna be getting.
You don't think you can't be dominating on the defense end?
He can't. I think, bro, it's just not his personality, bro. He don't bang like that, bro. He just don't bang, bro. And would you want him to be an option over Simons and Grant? How would you want the first, second, third option to go?
I say Simons is probably the most proven as far as scoring wise. Cause we didn't see him have some. We didn't see him have some crazy scoring nights. I say Jeremy Grant should be the number 2 option. And I feel like, and that's another thing. Aiden can get, sometimes touches don't have to be I'm posted up. Sometimes it could be a pick and roll. Sometimes it can be, I'm a point guard driving and setting you up for a oop. Sometimes it can be, I'm spotted up on the midi. Like, it don't always have to be like, I'm on the block, give me the ball. Like, you can get touches. Sometimes you can get touches just by simply just playing your role. Or they not. I see that the center ain't taking your mid-range serious. Spot up right here, and that's gonna get you more touches. This particular game, like it ain't all. Every game ain't gonna be the same. Sometimes you might get more touches some games because of how the person is defending you, or the fact that they can't defend the wings, or I can see that the paint is too clogged, and now okay, boom, you got more open looks now.
Do you think
it's gonna be interesting how they approach it though?
Do you think the Blazers could be like how the Utah Jazz were last year? Everybody picked them to be a bottom 3 team, and they end up coming out on the street. Do you think they got to make up to be like that, or do you think they just gonna be a bad team next year? They got some guys I like, bro. And then we ain't even talk about Brogdon and Robert Williams if they play.
I think they gonna surprise some people, at least starting out. I think they're gonna come off to a hot start, but I think they're gonna kind of slowly fizzle out because they do got a lot of young guys. Okay. So, but it could be. They could make things interesting.
Who gonna have a better season? Scooter Simons. Scooter Sharp.
I think Scoot gonna have a better season than people really thinking.
Okay. So you think they gonna get over 27 wins?
Yeah. I think can probably get you about 30, 32, somewhere in there.
All right. They was
like I said, hey man, they could be one of them teams that surprise even me.
Okay.
And
Minnesota Timberwolves. They was 42 last year, 44 and a half. Go ahead, right? Go ahead.
This is a team that I'm expecting a lot from this season. Especially with Anthony Edwards. He high on everybody's list right now. The expectations is, man, at one point people is talking about they think he's gonna come out next season and almost have an MVP like season. So that just lets you know.
You got him as a 7th seed. I think they're gonna be a 4th seed. I think they built for the regular season. Because I want to break down their roster real quick. Anthony Edwards, I can see him hovering between 23, 25 points. Cat coming back. Cat only played 29 games last year, and they still won 40 games. Cat, bro, we know Cat is stupid. We know Cat, his IQ is bad. We know that. But he still was a 25 and 10 guy. And then Mike Conley. We just was talking about Tyus Jones and the point guard, how they could just make everything easier, especially for a team that's kind of lower IQ. Because I don't think Anthony Edwards has the greatest IQ. I think that's one of the biggest parts of his game he needs to work on is his playmaking. So I think Mike Conley helped with that. But then you got Jaden McDaniels who just signed a mega deal. They love McDaniels, but he's one of the better defenders in the league in terms of his switchability and perimeter with his size. Rudy Gobert still go rebound and block shots. Then you got, I think Naz Reid can play, bro. So they got about 6, 7 guys I really like. I'm just saying they could be they perfect for the regular season. So,
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think they're gonna be a top 14. I mean, I don't know. That West is it's gonna
The
be a
West,
dogfight over there.
the West it's hard. It's gonna be hard, but everybody can play defense except Cat, and Cat is still 7 feet. So it's like, I don't know, bro, because I they was a let me see, because I think last year in terms of defense, let me see, they were never mind. They wouldn't. They was like yeah. It was never mind. They wasn't that great defensively in terms of points allowed, but I think they're gonna be a top 10 defense, and I think they're gonna be a top 15 offense. And I think Anthony Edwards, he always played about 70 some games, and that's always a plus. And he 22, so I don't know. Now we're going to, was it the Pacific Division, Southwest Division? Which one was next?
I think it was the Pacific.
So yeah,
Yep.
Pacific. Golden State Warriors, 44-38 last year. They're projected to win 47 and a half. I don't know how the hell they gonna get more games won than last year. That don't make no damn sense to me. Draymond finna be out. Everybody's a year older. They lost Jordan Poole, who people forget was helping carry them when Curry was out. Wiggins is back. Wiggins had a weird year where he was gone and all that, but Wiggins came back and he forgot how to shoot. Wiggins ain't how you see Golden State, man. I think this is the biggest regression team in the league.
They still on that Steph Curry hype train. I don't know. It's one of those things where they think as long as Steph Curry, that they got a chance. So, but no,
You think they 47 games good?
no, I don't think that. I think they play. They play in. They
You
playing
had
material.
see you had them as the eighth seed. For this
Well, no,
roster, man,
I
that's
didn't
good.
have no order on that. Those was
Oh
my
yeah, you
playing
did have an order, but
teams.
you had them as a playing team. Okay, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, man. Klay Thompson is, man, that dude. That you talk about regression, man. I understand. Like when he first got back, that's the only excuse I gave him. Ever since then, it's like no, something ain't right.
He just
Yeah, better
older and
get.
had too many injuries. I feel it's over with. I think it's over with. You know, I was holding it. I was holding out. That shit's over with.
Only thing I'm mad at, I'm mad at Clay and I'm mad at the coaching staff because I'm like Clay, you see you out there missing. Why do you keep taking more shots? You don't think that's not hurting your team? And then the coaching staff, I'm mad at y'all playing him this much and y'all see he ain't contributing as he once was at one point. He's not the defender he used to be, and he's not the shooter he used to be.
But you don't think they just come back to that? He a Golden State legend, Hall of Fame. I thought he should have been NBA 75. You don't think they don't play in the part when you know how hard it is to sit a Hall of Famer who still think he's good? Like they gotta be tough. They just gotta be tough, bro. I'm just saying. And then who's you go play over him? Moody? Kaminga? How you what
That's
you
why I
are you
say I'm mad.
expecting from him this year?
Huh?
Jonathan Kaminga and Moses Moody. Like you expecting something from them this year?
I don't know if expecting is the right word. I know I'm expecting they gonna what's called Kaminga gonna get some minutes, but I can't tell you what I actually expect or what he's gonna provide in those minutes.
I think Kaminga led the preseason in scoring. I think he was second. I think Desmond Bain ended up passing him, but I think he was top. He was a top 3 scorer in preseason.
I mean, come on, man. This preseason was, well, really just like any preseason. The people who's playing the most minutes were people who were trying to fight for a like meaningful time on their roster.
I agree.
So I mean,
So
uh,
I think
most teams sat their best players unless they was matching up against a potential threat down the line. That's the only time you seen most guys bring out the big guns. So yeah, he probably was averaging the most. I mean,
I think this is the most egregious win loss we done seen, bro. 47.5 wins. I think this been the worst one so far, huh? It's projected win. This gotta be 47.5. Boy,
I
you
don't see how
think
they think they got better. I don't. That's I don't know.
okay. Los Angeles Lakers. I think this was the biggest snub in my opinion. 43 and 39 last year. They projected 46.5. The fact that Golden State's projected to win more games than them is egregious. I'm not even the biggest, I can't stand nothing about LeBron. But Lee GM has done a hell of a job with this roster. And I'm just saying, bro. If you know basketball, you can't hate on this roster. You know this is a top 5 team in the league, a top 3 team in the West. Like even if LeBron don't play a lot, that's the thing. There's a lot of depth on this team now. So this your Lakers. You got we we know how you feeling about the awards and all that. So just go ahead. Like what you expecting from the Lakers, man?
Man, I expect 80 to have a great season. I expect to see a better version of D'Lo. I expect to see because another thing people was questioning Darvin Ham's coach, and I'm like, y'all gotta realize he didn't get the roster that we see now until after the deadline. So he was still learning some people's okay, what's their play styles? Who plays best with who? Like the guys he picked up came from different teams. So some of these guys never played a second with each other before they got there. So they ain't had no time to really just practice with one another. So all you gotta take all and he still made it to the Western Conference Finals. I'm like, y'all questioning his coaching. He literally got this team 2 weeks before the well, I ain't gonna say 2 weeks, but like a month before the playoffs, and still got to the Western Conference Finals. You can question his coaching, but obviously it was good enough to get them to the round before the finals. So
Um,
I expect to see that's the biggest I think that's the biggest thing we're gonna notice from off the rip is the coaching. And sometimes most people would like to talk about something that's actually in the game, but that I think that matters. Knowing who to play with who. And I think with Darvin
hmm.
Ham giving a full off season and seeing the preseason, okay, I think he did a good job in the preseason, putting certain people around each other. Now, whether that guy wins or loses, that's another thing. Because I mean, he usually only played the starters either one quarter or the first half, and he was off after that. But from the time when they were playing together and the main rotation was playing, they was cooking people.
I think Ray. I think this is the best roster in the league. I'm looking at man. I think they got legit like 10, 11 dudes I like. I mean, you got a platoon. Lakers got a platoon, bro. They got two players at every position, pretty much, in my opinion. Like I think this the best. I, this got to
This
be
the
the
best
deepest
Lakers
front
roster they
court.
done had
Yeah.
since they're on championship.
So, hey man, but this like it always is. How much is LeBron and AD go play? But like I said, even if one of them go down, I think you got enough to sustain. But it's just they just got to be healthy at the right time, and I hope they are. I want to see it. I want to see it because if
You seen
LeBron win, I'm gonna blame it on the roster. If LeBron lose, I'm gonna blame it on him. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I just hope they healthy. I just hope they healthy, bro.
you seen that new commercial about LeBron where his wife was talking?
No.
Basically, was saying like you got to keep playing so you can play alongside your son, and then after that you got to do it again. And it showed a pit, and it showed it showed Bryce.
Say, bro, I'm gonna say this: Bryce, the worst 4-star in high school basketball. He's the worst 4-star in high school.
No, I'm gonna say this: if LeBron really is still playing when and Bryce makes it to the league,
Bryce not me.
test that man immediately, because there's no way that man should still be playing the highest level of basketball when Bryce finally gets to the league. No,
You playing?
there's something going on.
You playing right? They got what's the name? He in a steroid controversy. I'm just saying.
They've been
Los
saying
Angeles,
it for years though.
he look like it. Los Angeles Clippers.
Before he got old, they were saying it. But no, yeah,
Clippers, another
another
boom
what
bust
if team.
44 and 38 last year, 44 and a half projected wins. Go ahead.
It starts with, we say that I'm tired of saying it at this point, but it starts with Kawhi and PG. You seen what Paul George said talking about dang, what was he talking about? He's basically it's a couple people he got to put on notice this year because they've been talking a lot. I'm like, you act like this ain't been a running joke since you and Kawhi got together. I think you failing to realize y'all put yourself in this situation. Nobody created no narrative about y'all. Y'all missed games. And when y'all when one of y'all do play or both play, y'all come up short still. So I mean, you talking like, bruh, you worry about the wrong thing. You worry about going headhunting people that done talked about you this off season. That's not gonna win you no championship.
Podcast P. And the crazy thing about them too, bro, Kawhi was cooking in the playoffs. Then he just disappeared. We just didn't see him no more. Like, and they didn't tell us until after the fact, but he just went from cooking to no longer playing. I do think Russell Westbrook, he gonna kind of bridge the gap when it comes to regular season. I think he gonna keep on competitive and he gonna be able to be unleashed. The only thing with him and Norman Powell, so let's say Kawhi do go down or don't play for a little while. PG, Norman Powell, and Russell Westbrook still should win you some games. And vice versa if PG go down. I just think, bro, the West has done got too. I think the West done surpassed the depth that we so-called say they got. Because Nicholas Batum is older. The Morris twin they got is older. Zubac is probably the worst starting big in the league now at this point, if not a bottom 5 starter. I don't really like they did. I think Tyronn Lue is still a top 10 coach. So, just what coaches can do when they top tier. But for them to get 45, where'd you have them? Let me see where you had them. You had them as a play-in team. I think I pretty much had them as a play-in team.
Remember, even that one year, they didn't have Paul George most of the year, or Kawhi. They still got to and then when Paul George finally got back, he tested positive. They still made it to the play-in, and they probably would have won that play-in if he wouldn't have tested positive. But they've shown even without having neither one of them, they play in qualified.
I agree.
But that's as far as I go. Like they need both of them to actually be real threats.
And even with them, they still borderline 4th, 5th. Because I still think fully healthy.
Well, no, I'm talking about just once. Like I'm saying, if they have both of them, they still. I mean, because I'm talking about just having both of them ready come playoff time. They gonna need both of them to be real playoff threats. Now, throughout the season, we know. Come on,
even in the playoffs, I think that time has came and passed.
But we done seen before Kawhi got hurt, he was about to put Suns in a blender.
But see, that's the Suns. The Suns' 2 best players is winning.
We forgetting who Kawhi is in the playoffs. We done seen Kawhi do some crazy stuff in the playoffs. That's the one player other than LeBron that's playing currently right now that can single-handedly take the team and just say, man, get on my back. I got y'all. I just don't mess up. Just play y'all role. I can go out here and do the rest. He can do that against any team when he healthy. I don't care how good the other.
I
He could have
agree,
did.
but you got to understand, he can also used to guard the best player on the team, and they used to be within his size range. You look at the best players in the West, they not in his size range. You look at the ADs, you look at the Jokic's, like they don't got nothing for the bigs in the West, and I think that's gonna get them. I think there's a world where they could lose to the Timberwolves just because the Timberwolves are just too big for them. They'll have the same problem as Golden State because who the bigs they got? Zubac and it's not gonna be Kawhi. Kawhi go out there and get you 35 and 5. But if the other team killing you in the paint on the boards, it don't matter. And I think that's what they really gonna have trouble with.
Who the Sun? Oh no, they got Nurkic,
but see, they can beat the Suns.
Nurkic,
No, they can beat the
Nurkic,
Suns.
man. Did you see Nurkic?
They Knicks. We go get to them. But look, if you look at Kawhi, you look at PG. They the best two players on their team. But then you look at the Lakers. You even look at goddamn. I don't know. They match up well with the teams in their range, but the top two teams, the Nuggets and the Lakers, even fully healthy, I don't think they can beat them. Right? That's just me. But now Phoenix Suns, go ahead. They was 45 and 37, and they projected to win 52 and a half.
Nah, I just about to clown on Nurkic missing all them layups. Like, you 7 foot, man. Why are you missing layups?
That was a bad trade. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about nothing they talking about. That was a bad trade. You got Yusef Nurkic, Grayson Allen, and Nasir Little. Ain't none of them dudes finna get no quality minutes in the playoffs. Nurkic gonna have to.
Grayson Allen might.
But I like Grayson Allen. Not terrible, but he's a guard.
You just don't think he fit this roster?
Hell no. Like, goddamn, when you have time to play Grayson Allen? And he can't play with your 3 best players. You need your 4th guy. I think he's their 4th best player, right? No, Eric Gordon is. But even Eric Gordon can't play with their 3 best players at the same time. You need.
He gonna come off the bench.
But I'm saying you need your 4 best players to be able to play on the court at the same time. Damn near, I think.
No, not when you got a legit 3. As much as you want to hate on Bill, man, Bill about to look real good standing beside them.
Okay, so what's this starting lineup gonna be? Nurkic. So it's gonna be
Nurkic, KD, Booker, Bill. Shoot, just go like this. You today.
But I don't know. Kidnap. I don't know. I still think they go. I don't think they gonna win 50 games. I think ain't nobody really gonna win 50 games in the West. Who do I think? I think the Nuggets probably gonna be the only 50-win team in the West. I think the Lakers could get it, but I don't know.
I can say it just depends on if the Lakers stay healthy like I predict them to be, they're gonna be a 50-win team.
I think you could swap them too. Lakers get 52 and a half, and I think the Suns should be 46 and a half. I think that sounds more. I'm just saying, Suns. I don't know. The Nurkic, he has an injury history, and if he go down, Bo.
Bo was looking all right with Magic. Man, I actually liked what they had going when he was with them. I think that might this change of scenery and just having a hold. Like, now he's playing with legit superstars that's proven. I think that might slow down the progression we did kind of start seeing out of him, or it could boost it. We don't know.
Working with KD as a 7, like about tall 7-footer.
We either about to see him just come to a complete halt, or we about to see him blossom.
Sacramento Kings 48-31 last year, 44.5 wins projected this year. I think this another team that's gonna regress. I think this is a team that benefited off teams being hurt because you had the Clippers, Curry went out, Pelicans they was hurt. I think Sacramento was healthy for damn near all year. Even when they were banged up, they was able to play through it. Both Fox and Sabonis both was hurt, but they was playing through it. I feel like Sabonis. I've been saying it since last year. Y'all shitted on me in the regular season. I wish I could still had the tape. Sabonis, he can't play the 5, bro. He needs a stretch 5 next to him, or else it's not gonna work. He's good enough to play, but he has to be a 4, a traditional 4, and that shit is out the window. He needs a stretch 5 next to him. If he's the 5, your first round exit.
I think we see Fox go to another level. I think that's something that people sleeping on. Like,
I think he
Fox could have played in FIBA this offseason. Like, come on now. Fox could have easily been on that FIBA roster.
Yeah. No, I like.
I think.
How much better you getting over 25 a game? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying. I think we underestimate him choosing not to be a part of it. I think we about to see a monster this season from day one. Like when we start seeing down the line in the season, I think we're gonna see that from day one of this season. Him completely going nuclear.
But I think we see enough.
I think, but not you judging Sabonis off his playoff. Sabonis is an all-world season player.
You're right.
Malik Monk is coming off the bench. He's a quality 6 man. We're gonna see growth in Keegan Murray. You still got Davion Mitchell coming. You still got Davion Mitchell coming off the bench too. They got a nice core. They literally kept they didn't lose nobody. They got Kevin Huerter still. They literally kept the same core. They don't account for nothing. Keeping your main team that got you to the playoffs.
I mean, no,
and your main guys getting better too.
It do, but see, I think Keegan Murray gonna have to legit be a 20-point, 22-point per game guy. I think for them to reach that, because they're gonna have to outscore people. They gonna have to outscore people because you look at it. Let's say right now, are they that much better than the Clippers fully healthy? And then we seen the Clippers get out of there with a dub, limping. So it's like we'd have seen them play against the Warriors, and the Warriors is on their last leg, and they still got their number. So it's like it's not about. It's just about. I think the other teams ain't scared of them, bro. And man, goddamn King, and I just think I just don't think ain't no team scared. Lakers ain't fearing the Kings, bro.
Before Fox fractured his hand, and before what's it called, Draymond started doing the 8-town stomp on people's chest, like, bro. What's our Kings had that in the bag, man. So we ain't about to act like some circumstances didn't help them. Second off, on any given night, Kawhi and PG is doing that to anybody. They literally put up 40 apiece. But guess what? The Kings literally had 2 guys that had 40 apiece too. So that was just classic Kawhi and PG going crazy that night.
Is Domantas Sabonis getting on another All-NBA team this year? Oh, I think it's positionless. Hell no. It's positionless. It's positionless. Hell no.
I don't think so.
It's how big of a jump do you need to see from Keegan Murray?
I would like to see him be a 20-point scorer.
You had the Kings at 5, so clearly in the playoffs. I think I had them somewhere right there. Let me see where I had them.
And you say that they benefited from people, but you got to remember that they was also already a top 4 or 5 team even before the injuries. They was never in the back of the. They was always kind of just there. We just was ignoring them because we're like, oh, you ain't taking them serious. Next, we seen them creeping up. We're like, hold on a second. The Kings actually ain't that bad. But then
But
that's
how
one
much
of
is
them
that
sports
because of health?
you
How
never
much is
you
that
never
because
fully trust. The only thing that really is holding the Kings back is they center position. We don't fully trust Sabonis as a center. That's the main reason what's really holding them back. I mean, they got JaVale McGee over there. I don't know if you want him as a starting center though,
but you can't
and
play
like you
him
say,
with
you want
Sabonis.
so of a straight. You can't have them, but yeah, you can't have them side by side.
I think they should have went for Brook Lopez. I think they should have threw all the money they had at Brook Lopez.
I don't understand why Sabonis can shoot the ball, but it's like when he one of those guys that can play. Like when you see him in practice, like man, this dude is shooting lights out. You get in the game, you're like, bruh, do what you did. Do what you did in practice.
Yeah,
and he can't he can't replicate that. So, I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I honestly
he's not
don't.
a center. That's what it is.
No, I'm talking about just his offense, like from an offense standpoint. I'm like, dude, you average like between 17, 19, 20 points in a regular season.
He's not
Like,
a natural scorer. He's not a scorer. He's a good player, but he's not a scorer, bro. He's a facilitator.
I can say he a playmaker. He a facilitator.
And it's like that's perfect with Fox, but you also dependent on Sabonis right now to be your second option. That's the problem too. He's really a third option facilitator, rebounder. You know what I'm saying? But right now he's the second option. Your center he's just all out of place, really. And
so what do you expect from a Murray and Herter?
I think
Herter. You expect more out of Herter too?
I think they just brought in Duarte too from Indiana, and I think him and Herter gonna be able to do enough. So even if you get the same from Monk, Herter, and Duarte, if they all can hover around 15 points, like that's gonna be good. But Keegan Murray has
that's the real.
You got to get about
20. So you
bro.
say he an X factor, or do you think do you look at Sabonis as they X factor?
Keegan Murray we should be looking at Keegan Murray as the second option for them to stay in that 4, that top range up there in the top 6. Keegan Murray has to get you a dub every night. Okay. It's time for the Southwest Division. Dallas Mavericks 38-44 last year. Projected wins 43.5. Luka go get your 40 wins. Book it. Last year was the weirdest year because he was on pace to get you something like that, but then you lose Dorian Finney-Smith.
He was on pace to be in the playoffs. That's
what I'm saying.
I would never forgive the Mavericks for what they did.
What you mean?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Kyrie is better than everybody they had on that roster before then, but the fact that roster was in the playoffs and they traded for him and they was in the play-in up until that little last stunt they pulled I'm like, how you gonna play him for one quarter and then just pull him? But I don't know, man. And then this preseason didn't really do them no justice. Cause we didn't get the chance to see. We didn't get to see Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah.
And out there losing to Real Madrid. I'm like, come on, man. I didn't even know Real Madrid had a basketball team.
Yeah. But I will say this, right? You bring in Grant Williams, he can guard the best player on the perimeter. You bring in Derek Lively, who by the last preseason game, he was dunking on everybody. He blocking all the shots. I think he got more shooting and passing potential, and then we're gonna see it over the course of the 82. I think he could be what Keegan Murray started to be like. He gonna start blossoming, not as a scorer, but in his role. He gonna start blossoming his role as the season progressed. Because Derek Lively is the number one player in high school, bro, and he just so selfless that he don't know when to be selfish. He's 7 feet. He can do everything you want out of a modern center. He can switch a little bit, rebound, block shot. He just got to grow in the game, and I think he'll do that over season. Josh Green, I think he gonna step up. Josh Green, he was killing Detroit the last preseason game. He could score a little bit, can pass, rebound. Like they got a lot of young guys that if everything hit, The Mavericks could be right back because you still got Luka and Kyrie who go score the basketball with anybody. And then you got everything else at every other position, role player wise. You got Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway, and they got everything. Everything just gotta be right for the Mavericks. And if you lose any one of your superstars, it's over with. And I still think they're gonna be a 40. They got them at 43 and a half. I don't know. I put them in the play-in. Remember, I had them as a top 16, and then I started seeing this over the course. Man, I don't know, bro. Luka got to play some defense. Kyrie just kind of not go crazy. So, but
that's
they got high
crazy.
potential. They got high potential, bro.
I didn't have them nowhere.
Yeah. I don't blame you the way they've been playing and just the nature. They lost to goddamn. They the only team that lost to an overseas team this year. So that's nasty. Houston Rockets, 22-60 last year. This year they projected 31 and a half. Jabari Smith killed in the preseason, killed in summer league. He was the number 2 pick, 6'11". He is as mobile as anybody at their size. People was comparing him to Rashard Lewis coming out. Rashard Lewis plus defense. I think he's finally starting to hit some of that. You added Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet and Ime Udoka. But I still think they're gonna be trash. How you feeling about Houston, Ray?
I know people talking about that Thompson twin and Jalen Green gonna be exciting to watch. But I'm like, exciting don't translate to wins. But I don't know. They gotta I don't know. They roster just I don't know where Dylan Brooks fits in with all that. Coming off the season that VanVleet just came off of, I don't know how much he really just contributes I understand they got some veterans over there, but I'm like, the veterans that y'all chose to put with these young guys, I don't just trust as far as when it comes to winning basketball games.
Exactly. Because Fred VanVleet like to get it up. Dylan Brooks like to get it up.
I like that Jalen Green has shown dedication to working on his game this offseason and the people he chose to work out with. But I'm like, are we about to see that much of a jump from Jalen Green where that he's about to just show you like he's a superstar now? He has superstar potential, but is this the season that we're going to see that much of a jump? I don't think so. So that's the only way I could see that this Houston team could have any chance of even just being slightly a play-in team. But I don't think he's ready for that jump yet. So
yeah. I think this team outside of Detroit is one of the worst put together teams. I think, but the thing is, I think they got top tier young talent. Like you said, the Thompson, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green. They got Tyree Eason over there. Cam Whitmore, who I thought was a top 3 talent in the draft.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a clanky roster. It's a clunky roster.
It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be entertainment because Dylan Brooks gonna bring drama. And then the rest of those guys gonna bring just like they got high flyers, they got scorers. So it's gonna be something fun to watch, but that's all it's gonna be really.
What you expecting from Ime and how he go coaching and whatnot?
That's another thing. That's why they probably gonna get games just simply because of the roster they have. Like I said, they got high flyers, they got entertainers over there, they got the drama, and Ime is coming off of a drama. We ain't seen him. So now we finally get to see Ime. So yes, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does with a roster like this. Because he's coming from a team where they already had winning established. Like that's what they was known for, getting the East Conference Finals. Now you got to start all the way over with some young guys who ain't proven other than VanVleet. who done won a championship, but the rest of those guys, it's like these guys don't know anything about playing real. Like they was saying, Jalen Green. I mean, it was NBA veterans like, man, Jalen Green talented, but he gonna be out of the league in about like a year or two, just because he playing on a bad team. They out there playing playground basketball. Hand me the ball. Let me go one-on-one with this guy. So this is the first year a lot of these guys gonna ever see real basketball in their NBA careers. So that's gonna be another thing that's interesting. Like, how does he handle that with these young guys?
I think they don't got shooting. They don't. Jalen Green, the only one-on-one player I trust, and I don't trust him. Say, bro, it's a talented roster,
but it's a lot of holes in the talent.
Yeah,
it's more so because it's unproven. That's the main reason. And I mean, well, in NBA, that's really the worst thing to have is unproven talent.
31.5. You think they getting 30? I don't think they get 30, 31. But then, like you said, they got Ime, but Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, your two best players, and Sengun and Jabari Smith. I like Jabari Smith, but they not gonna get him the ball. They not gonna use him right. I think Jabari Smith ain't gonna get used.
You don't think we see we don't see a slightly more playmaking side to Jalen Green, or you think he's still going to be on that selfish type time? I want to. If I got the ball, I'm looking to score.
I don't think Jalen Green is selfish, but because this is my thing, like you know, I'll be keeping no dudes in high school and all that. Jalen Green went to a high school where it was you do whatever you want. Jalen Green went to the G League Ignite. You do whatever you want. Jalen Green first 2 years in Rockets. You do whatever you want. AAU, do whatever you want. He's never played winning basketball nowhere, ever. He don't know what it is, and it's like, damn. When you get to about 23, 24, and you never, I think he probably like 22, 21, one now. But if you get to that age and you like never even won in middle school and no shit like that, I don't know what to say. Because even Jabari Smith, he had Bruce Pearl at Auburn, and Auburn they competing they won the SEC. I think. Like you got to bite down on defense. You got to make the right pass. You got to make the right play. You got to get a game-winning blocker in there, a big rebound in the tournament. Jalen Green just don't know how to win. He ain't never been in those situations. So I don't know, bro. Memphis Grizzlies, 51-31 last year. This year they're projected 44.5. Ja Morant is scheduled to miss 25 games, and Steven Adams just went down. This is another regression team for me. How you feeling about Memphis? You got them top 6.
Yeah, because I got them right outside of the play-in. I think people gonna kind of underestimate Grizzlies without Ja. I was one of those guys who used to be like that, like, man, Ja, they best player. They need Ja. Now they do need Ja when it comes playoff time, but when it comes to just surviving, I think they one of the best teams when it comes to our best player is out and we can still win games.
But that was with Tyus Jones too, though, already. Like that was the perfect.
I think people been sleeping on this new Derrick Rose, the new Derrick Rose, not the one that we remember, but the rebranded Derrick Rose. I think people forget. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe
How many Grizzlies you like? How many Grizzlies you like?
I say I like Smart,
Mm-hmm.
Rose,
Mm-hmm.
I like J.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bang.
25 games without Jabari.
Man, we know what Bane is capable of when his number one guy ain't there. Like we know what Jay is capable of when he has to step up in those roles. And then as a collective, as a team, I don't know. Grizzlies just one of those.
So what could they do in them 25 games? What's the best case scenario record wise? Because you still gonna have to win about. You got to win about
the first 25
12,
games.
13. Yeah, you got to win about 12 or 13 of them to be.
I think they're gonna be about 500.
Okay. And then you got to
your first 25 games. A lot of teams gonna be. The elite teams are gonna be the only teams that's really just much above 500, but everybody else is gonna be kind of like in that same bracket right there. So if they can just stay afloat for their first 25 games, that right there alone is going. That I feel like that's good enough. But what happened with Adams though?
Nigga done played about 2,000 minutes in his career. Let me see real quick. He done played about 2,000 games. Let me see. Out for the season. He undergoing season-ending knee surgery. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah.
So is this something that happened in the preseason, or is this just something that was bothering him last season? He just now getting surgery on it. Like, what's going on with that?
I thought I seen him play in the preseason. I don't know what happened. I just heard he was getting knee surgery. Let me see real quick.
Because I seen when Chris had said, well, Triple J going to have to play the 5 again. I'm like, what do you mean by that? What happened to Adams?
It says, yeah, he had a non-operative rehabilitation that did not resolve his ongoing knee instability. He played in 2 preseason games, and I guess whatever been hurt, I guess it just never felt right. He played 2 preseason games. I guess he just, I think that's big. I don't know where Brandon Clark at. Like, this Grizzly team got more questions than most people think. We like Marcus Smart, we like Derrick Rose, but this West a monster. We've been talking about it. Now with all that information, you still feel like they top 6? I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, but
I look up right now about Brandon Clark. I mean, Xavier Tillman played pretty.
Wow. Well, the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, boy, bring those Xavier Tillman.
Bad in the playoffs. That's all I was about to say. He had that boy posted a career game.
We got 2 teams left. New Orleans Pelicans, 42-40 last year. They projected 44.5. This is my potential biggest riser, but this could also be another one of those teams that just not right. They already got Larry Nance out, Jose Alvarado's out, Trey Murphy's out, and then you're dependent on injury-prone Zion and Brandon Ingram, and you got your 3 best bench players out. How are we feeling about the Pelicans? They projected to get 45 games. I think you had them as number 4. I think I had them somewhere around there. Yeah. I had them at 6. So Pelicans. Why you got them at 4?
I'm expecting to see Ingram and Zion to finally be what they supposed to be. And that's supposed to be terrorizing the league. You got one guy who's an inside-out scorer. You got another guy who's supposed to be just about a dominant paint beast. So, I mean, if those 2 finally get things worked out, and you got C.J. McCollum, you still got your main role players out there out of Herb Jones. You still got Valanciunas. You still got what they call dude, Grand Theft Auto dude.
But Alvarado out, he hurt, so I don't know when he gonna be back. Trey Murphy hurt, don't know when he gonna be back, and Larry Nance hurt, don't know when he gonna be back. They still should have enough with those
There
four.
you go,
Though.
though. They top four pieces still there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm expecting a big season from Ingram and Zion. And shout out to Chris, man. I don't. Well, no, I ain't gonna reveal that yet. But matter of fact, we already done put it out. So
Yeah, we already put him out.
Shout out to Chris, though. He got Zion winning MVP.
Zion looked like he could have won it last year if he would have stayed healthy.
No, KD stayed healthy. That's somebody who should have won it.
That too. Yeah, because
that'd have been one of the craziest MVP seasons. He would have stayed healthy.
But they would have you would have had to give it to Zion if they would have stayed number one. They was number one.
I'm just saying. Are we forgetting where their win streak?
Brooklyn was number 3. But Brooklyn was number 3. Pelicans was 1.
That's what I'm saying. But are we forgetting that win streak that the Nets was on before he got?
Oh yeah. Nah, for sure. Nah, I was saying KD was gonna get MVP.
KD, I literally sat up here and said, I ain't seen a 1-2 punch like this since Kobe and Shaq. They was out there taking turns on people, and nobody could do anything.
Yeah. Zion MVP. Man. He could do it.
Huh?
Zion got the talent, bro. People forget Zion before he was Victor Wembanyama. Zion was the biggest prospect since LeBron, bro. He was. There was not a bigger prospect after LeBron. Zion was it, bro.
And the reason why I agree with that, because unlike Wemby, we was literally following Zion through high school.
Yeah.
Like that's what made it feel so much like, oh man, he is the biggest prospect. Cause we literally was like, bro, I stopped watching high school for a minute. I started hearing about this dude Zion. I'm like, man, let me watch a game. I'm seeing this dude jump out the gym as a sophomore.
And then he got the Duke. It was his numbers was as good as KD, and KD and Melo.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So, but my thing, the talent there, Ray, and I just watched him in the preseason go against Palo. The first couple possessions, it was back and forth. Then Zion was killing them so bad. They just sat him down. They're like, okay, it's cool. 16 minutes. Like he had like 4 steals. He's just athletically. They compare him to Charles Barkley. I didn't get to watch a lot of Charles Barkley. The first Charles Barkley game I've seen was when he was with Houston past his prime. So I didn't get to see that. But Zion at that size with his speed, and he people underestimate his basketball IQ. Zion like a boxer. Like however they try to stop him, like he will slowly figure that shit out. I watched him in real time last year figure out every defense they tried to play him. Like they tried to play on him. And then we didn't even get to see him with Ingram. He was doing all that without Ingram. He was no one seed without Ingram. So I just think Zion, bro, if right, bro, Zion could be a top 5 player in the league at any given moment. Like he don't have that resume, but he got that talent, and you don't underestimate that. So if him and Ingram could stay healthy, that's as good as any duo in the West outside of Jokic and Murray, and LeBron and AD and KD and Booker, and they up there. They could be a top 7 duo.
But if Ingram and Zion really do figure it out, do we say that they are the best duo?
It depends, bro. They gonna have to go on that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown type of trajectory / run. If they finish top 3, they got an argument, but then you got to have a deep playoff run, and then you got to be healthy going into next season. Let's say they get to a conference finals, or even, you know what I'm saying, they make it to the second round. Then you could be like, oh yeah, the trajectory is there. Especially in the West. If you make it out the first round in the West, top 3, 4 seed, you say the trajectory is there. Because everybody in the West going down. San Antonio Spurs, 22-60 last year, projected to be 28 and a half. Boy, this is a good team. Like, I watched, I mean, it's preseason, but the Warriors was trying, bro. I don't care what nobody say. They played the Warriors. The Warriors was trying. They just was too big. They don't start nobody under 6'6". They start Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, Wembanyama, and Zach Collins. And I think that starting five is actually good. They buried Vassell last year, and they buried Keldon Johnson last year. Them two is really good. They really good, bro. They both under 24. So, how you feeling about the Spurs?
Hey man, we tried to tell you about Wemby.
I knew he was gonna be good. I'm a Cooper flag guy.
That boy, man. I be watching him like this. Don't even look real. This still like it just don't make sense. Somebody built like that can move the way he does, shoot the way he does, defend the way he does, like everything he does. I'm just like, bro. Hey, name me a play that you seen dunk the ball off a standing dunk outside the restricted area, just off the wingspan alone.
Yeah, nah, he's an alien.
He caught a oop off. He caught a oop. When we see somebody catch a oop, most time they beside the rim. This dude caught the ball outside the restricted area. It looked like a video game. Like he ran for the oop and just stretched his arms out and just dunked it. I was like, nah. Hey man, if Spurs unlock that cheat code on a nightly basis, they gonna mess around and scare people into playing Spurs. Cause man, I don't care what other teams got to offer. They don't got somebody that's a guaranteed bucket every single possession. Like literally just like find a way to utilize this cheat code y'all got.
The only thing with the Wembanyama shit is, it's guys that can guard them, and there's gonna be more guys. You know how the future works, and there's gonna be more guys kind of in that build. They're not gonna be 7'4", but a guy like Jabari Smith, they played in the preseason. Victor Wembanyama had his worst game. Jabari Smith, 6'11", got a 7+ wingspan. He's fast. He's just as, you know what I'm saying. Jabari Smith's faster. He's shorter, but whatever. Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley could do good against Victor Wembanyama. It's finna be more guys. It's not a lot of them. But we're gonna slowly start seeing Victor Wembanyama have people that'll be able to guard him because that's just the way. That's the way evolution is gonna work. But Victor Wembanyama, his offense is even better than I thought. Just in terms of his jump, like that's a pure jumper. It looks pure. Like he not making them at a crazy rate, but he's shooting pretty good. Defensively, I think he's the best defensive prospect ever. Like the shit he can do defensively, can't nobody else in the history of the game do it. Like they were saying he's a 7'4" Bill Russell. Somebody was saying, some old dude said that he was like his instincts defensively. At Tom, he not a perfect prospect though. I'm gonna let everybody know that now. Victor Wembanyama, it's gonna be games where it's like, he not the most polished number one prospect we done seen. Cause I still think Paolo, in terms of like these last few drafts, I'm gonna say Paolo, Luka, not even just number one picks, but just people that was ready. Paolo, Luka. Them was guys that was as ready as you go be your first year. He's not a Durant. He not a Carmelo. He not a LeBron in terms of he can carry a team offensively. He not gonna have to because you got Vassell and Keldon Johnson. But defensively, he could be a top 5 defender in the league, right? Like this year. So that's where I see him like to start his career. About 17 points, 3 blocks. He don't rebound. So about 6 rebounds, 17, 6, 3, and then about 3 assists. But I think defensively he gonna change the game. And then if his offense ever catch up, he fuck around be a Hall of Fame. I agree. But Devin Vassell, I be telling you about that boy. That boy is a baby. He a baby Rip Hamilton. Have you seen some Devin Vassell highlights, man?
Yeah.
That boy a baby Rip, bro.
I think he a little bit more advanced than Rip Hamilton ever thought about being, but I say that's probably got the best comparison.
And you next to a guy, I think Zach Collins is good. Zach Collins only 25. Zach Collins can shoot.
Player. He was okay with Portland. He just was
Yeah.
never going to be nothing more than what he was supposed to be. But I mean, he showed he had flashes here and there on Portland, but now he on a team where it's like shoot.
And he getting coached up.
You're not
like anytime you get a 7-footer that can shoot, rebound.
I could see Zach Collins playing with the Spurs back when they was winning. He's a system type of player.
He good, bro. I'm just saying. People was thinking this Spurs team like Wemby ain't got no help. Keldon Johnson, he ain't tried in 2 years. I think the Spurs is telling him to chill. Me being honest, because we not gonna forget he was on the Olympic team. He was on an Olympic team at like 22, 21. Like Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson to be next to Wembanyama, that's a hell of a core. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know. I think they could be better than Houston. I think they could be better than Detroit. I think 30 games. It just depends on the Spurs. They tricky. I don't know if they really go try. But I think 28 games, they should win more than that. Wemby can win some of them games defensively by himself. Like, you think they're gonna be better than 28 games?
I think they might get 30. They may get 30.
This the same team DeJounte took to the play-in. I think Wembanyama damn near he gonna be more impactful than DeJounte, in my
He might
opinion.
be more impact, but at the time being though, DeJounte was the era we in right now is guard driven in my opinion. So
right.
I think you could get by with that. Plus,
but right, you don't think Vassell and Keldon Johnson could both get you 20 apiece? And one of them can be at like 22, 23. And if Wembanyama at 17,
they can get you that on a nightly basis.
I'm just saying, you have 3 guys that's borderline 20 a game.
But they didn't see that with the Wizards.
But the Spurs, they just got to get 30 to be an overachiever.
They didn't have, of course, they didn't have Pop as their coach, and it also plays the fact on how many games your best 3 players play. So that's also something to factor in.
And the Spurs just fit too. They know how to put the right people next to you. Like, ain't nobody got overlapping skill sets. Everybody do everything differently, but it fit. I don't know. This was our last team, by the way. But yeah, damn, we was already borderline 3 hours. It went by fast. This shit was good. If y'all want to look at our NBA awards before we get off, I had Jason Tatum, MVP, Bam, Defensive Player of the Year, Wemby, Rookie of the Year. We already posted these. Well, you was getting called out on Bleacher Report for yours, man.
I want to go check it out.
The Lakers bias.
Man. It's all fun and games until it hits the fan.
Christian Wood and Darvin, like that just was biased, bro.
Y'all underestimating the type of season that Christian Wood about to have. Y'all thinking that's just biased, bro. Okay. This is the first actual team he's on Well, he looked like he actually enjoyed being there from day one. That boy's out there laughing in the plea. Have you seen him smile when he's with the Mavericks? That boy looked pissed. Did you see him smile when he was with Detroit or Houston?
How many? But them smiles go turn to frowns when he don't get the PT he want.
You don't think he gonna? I don't know. You don't think he gonna get the PT?
He will if they sit in LeBron or if AD go down, but you still got goddamn
He's gonna be the
Rui
first big off the bench almost every time.
in Vanderbilt. He could play with all of them, so I see. I don't know. I just don't trust. I don't know.
He might even start a couple games.
Is he gonna get effort
until Jason Kidd starts saying, "Well, you know, man, I don't think he's a starter. I don't think he deserves this." Like, you don't have nobody that's playing ahead of him that's that much better.
We'll see. But yeah, these are. I guess I could put up our conference predictions. I'll post that though. And then we can get up off of here.
Oh, but no, I seen what's it called? I finally seen they said about Brandon Clark. We haven't set a schedule, but if we had, he's ahead of it. I'm not going to set any timeline on what's obviously a serious, longer term injury, but Brandon's doing really well. We continue to expect that he very likely will be back for a good portion of the coming season. That's all they had to say about like the timeline, though.
Yeah. But I think I'm just gonna end up posting it on posting all the what's names so they can see it. But yeah, man, you got anything else?
I mean, not play, but I NBA standings.
Yeah, I was gonna post them. Or you want me to show them here?
Oh no, you probably can post them because that's.
If I go back and edit, I probably could put them on the side while we talking. But I'm gonna post them in the on the community page too. We went over everything. That's crazy. We literally gave everything.
And then Chris can post them on Instagram too.
Yeah, we go post them. But you got anything else? Everybody was getting paid too, but everybody was getting their bag. And that's why I'm so hard on NBA players. Everything I'm seeing, 100+ million for the most random motherfucker. Nah, bro, I'm hard on these dudes, bro. I'm just saying. Jaden McDaniels, everybody think he gonna be good. That dude averaged 13 points last year, man. He got 130
Hey,
something.
shout out to Alan Crabbe, man. Hey, he the reason why all these random names are getting paid like that. You remember when? When they first signed that new NBA TV deal? He was the first one to sign a deal, and he became the richest person in NBA history.
Yeah, how much Alan Crabbe get? What was that Alan Crabbe contract? Let me see.
I can't remember what that contract was, but I think that's when he left Portland.
Alan Crabbe contract. 4 years, $74.8 million. Damn.
It was something I can't remember what it was though. They had said he did something. I think that I can't remember what they said it was. It was just the fact that it was like, bro, Alan Crabbe getting paid this much.
Damn. 4 years in Timothy Mozgov. I forgot what he got. All these dudes getting crazy guys.
Like Timothy had was cooking up in that finals that one year. Alan Crabbe ain't do nothing.
Appreciate you, my boy. Good show. Mars got Lou Alding. Lou Alding was good. Don't disrespect Lou Alding.
Well, once he
Second
got
option on West, he was second option on number 1 seed in the East.
that wasn't the he got that contract with the Lakers though. That wasn't the Bulls he did that with. He got that contract with the Lakers when he was way past whatever Lou Alding was before that.
But come on, man. Allen Crabbe and Timothy Mozgov never showed us anything.
That's the problem, though. Allen Crabbe was never, ever in nobody's discussion as, oh, man. But no.
But yeah, man, we
That's
can
why I
wrap
had to
this.
shout him out, man. Because, hey, if it wasn't for Allen Crabbe, a lot of these role players would not be getting paid the way they're getting paid.
Yikes. Allen Crabbe. But this has been another episode of Hoop Historians, man. I'm Diddy Knows Ball. That's Ray. Shout out the two Chris's. We out, man.